Hello, grinders! Let's do this!
On the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for critic, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business so humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing, yo. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. Going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
I am pleased to welcome the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Mr. Phil Spencer. A round of applause for him.
Phil Spencer! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Yes! Yes!
Stop! Enough!
What's up, grinders? How you doing out there? Oh man, we have a show for you. Great Gaming Grindhouse is tonight. I was away. I saw the world melting and is going to explode tomorrow. So today they tried to deflect, and we will talk about the deflections. Goddamn goalie right now with the deflections going on here because tomorrow is the end of days. Now, I don't know. We'll find out what tomorrow is. It's going to be definitely a Philness show, and we'll be covering it here. But we got a show for you. Let me see if Frog's is in here yet. Frog's not coming in yet. Frog's coming on in a little bit. Let me minimize that. But yeah, so see what the topic. Shout out to everybody coming on in. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Share it out. Here we go. Yo, and welcome, man. We got our first chat of the evening. Cosmic Hero 270 with a 20. He goes, yo, Jez. I have to do my reverb. What are we doing here? That's right. I agree. I'm done with Microsoft, but Sony and their egghead CFO are testing my patience. They keep this up. I'm done. I'm not gonna go through this again with another console ban. Hiroki can piss off. Damn right. That is true, man. We're gonna talk about that too. Hiroki Takoshi. Man, what happened to my screen? Oh, damn. What happened? Am my thing messed up here? Yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you again for that. And yeah, we will be addressing that. I have the whole speech that he did. And you're right. Done with them all. We'll find out. Wait, I just want to make sure my screen is okay. Hold on. Let me go just check my channel here. Is everything looking good on the show? Is the screen all messed up? Because Streamlabs is showing some wonky-ass craziness going on here. Hold the phone. Let me go here. And let me just double check here. Make sure my screen is good. Yes, okay, it looks good. I don't know, for some reason it looks crazy on my screen here. And let me just make sure my display works. But thank you again, man. Yeah, we will be talking about that on here. I got that as a topic. As a COO, CFO, who the hell knows? Whatever COOs. Whenever I see those initials, I don't want to hear anymore. It's the business people, man. We're the consumers. I don't even think it's a CFO. I think it's a Chief Operating Officer. I don't know who he is. It's Hitoki. Whatever his name is. But yes, definitely. We will talk about that and Sony, going that. And you're right. Who needs to deal with another console? Well, looking good. Okay, good. I'm glad that's looking good there. All right. Let's do this. All right. Let's go. Yeah. So, yeah, just our first topic as I'm waiting for, the grinds again here. Let me shout out everybody coming on in here. We got Josh Ayers. I saw Mr. Tennis. We got their Cosmic Heroes here. Dave Rock, Jacob Walker, Chad Stud, Holy Spirit Activate in the house. Oh, yeah, Holy Spirit. We're going to be doing a lot of Holy Spirit Activates. Holy crap. We're going to be doing a lot of those. Holy Spirit Activate. Oh.
Okay.
Holy Spirit activate.
Oh, man, here we go.
Holy Spirit activate.
We got Bitrate.
Activate.
We got
Activate.
QG. What's up? Robert Lawrence, VIP. Sam C. Michael Meridian. What's up? RPG. Toolman Tools are here. Kratos99, Goth Mog, how you doing? Jacob Walker, Amanda Pemberton. How's everybody doing there? Scott Dove, hey. Nick, I know, Nick. Hiroki, we'll talk about Hiroki. He's going crazy about that, Hiroki. Jeff B. Gaming, how you doing? What's up? Oh, man, oh, man. We got a full house tonight. Yo, King Zero, what's up? How you doing? Daniel Laurent. Tomorrow's Kumbaya session. Holy crap. Wild Wolf in the house. Devil Shooter. Well, VIP Grinder. Shout out to you. Yo, let's thank those VIP grinders as they're coming on in. I know I promised you the emoji. We got to get that emoji coming on in here. But it's been craziness. I've been on vacation. Sorry about that, grinders. But we're getting that emoji back in the house. But shout out to the VIP grinders so I don't forget. There they are, the VIPs. The walls are growing. I got to add them. And we got to get another emoji in this house. But flex those emojis, VIPs. And if you get gifted one tonight, by demand, I demand you use the stuttering Satya face, the evil Mark Cerny, bootleg Joel in the house, Philness smashing his Xbox, Joel style. And then the biggest one that we're going to probably see a lot of is the Flute. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you get a membership or your VIP, flex those emojis. And Jim Ryan's watching all from the retirement home. Enjoy, Jim Ryan. Celebration to you with the Jim Ryan cookies. Try the Jell-O. It's wonderful. Yes. Thank you, VIP grinders. Yes. Before we get too deep, I got to make sure to shout out to the VIPs. The power, the Grindhouse. Holy crap. There it is, the Flute. We're going to be seeing a lot of the friggin' Flute tomorrow. Holy shit. But I tell you, you're not going to want to miss this show. Because I got some things, some videos, some exclusive. I'm not even going to do a prediction for tomorrow. I'm going to actually do the podcast. Yes, I'm going to do the podcast. The way it's going to go down, you're going to hear it here first before tomorrow. That's the special. As a viewer of the Gaming Grindhouse, you're going to get that exclusive. You're going to hear the show before the show. Incredible. Incredible. Yes, it's true.
Stop. Enough.
Oh, no, you're getting it. You're getting it. Booty dropping all. The one for them all. Philness. That's right. But first, before we get into the nitty-gritty of all this garbageness about all this services and financials and every screens and Xbox and all this horse shit, let's talk about something that everybody's doing right now, and that's playing Helldivers 2. That's right. If you were here, you watched it, the Gaming Grindhouse, I played Helldivers 2, man. It was a blast. With the grinders, and we're going to do it again. I'm going to do it again, and we're going to play again because Helldivers 2, I'm loving it. I'm loving the game. I love the layout of it. I love the idea of it. I love the meta game. There's so many cool things with Helldivers 2. I recommend it. We may even do a giveaway because I really enjoy this game, and I think more people should definitely jump in on this. It is really an incredible game. If you haven't watched the stream, definitely go back. It was funny. It was so much fun, and I had a blast. And just having everybody jump in the game. I was putting out an SOS. I was singing the song, and everybody came on in and helped me with my defense, man. But I'm telling you, it is a really good game. So if you haven't tried it, I really hope that they do some sort of trial too. Like I think that will be a really cool thing to get people in there. But again, you got to watch out because it is an online only game. So, but man, the effects, there's all the grinders in there and the shout out there. It has elements, Destiny with the planets. It has the whole galaxy map that it almost feels like the thing that Starfield was going to be. There's my badass. I was actually right here. If you caught the show, I was doing a slow motion developer direct. I was showing how the dev direct works. What we see in the Dev Direct, that's what I was doing there. I was showing how Dev Direct goes. See, we're doing the Dev Direct right here. Eric the Beard, shout out to Eric the Beard. We're doing the Dev Direct right here. Couldn't do a cartwheel, couldn't get on a scooter, but this is what I was doing. I was like, look, here's Dev Direct Part 2. Slow walk down the hallway. There it is. We're developing a game. You should check it out here. This is how it goes, right? Dev Direct. We're checking out a game. This is how it goes. Better animations, better combat. It's a great game. You should try it out. We don't release it. Yeah, there you go. That's Dev Direct. So anyway, Helldivers 2, awesome. The atmosphere of all the different planets. This is what I was explaining about when you land on a planet and look at the atmosphere of this. And then if you land on the night side, you land on the day side. Like, look at the atmosphere. It's like it feels like a living, breathing planet with stuff going on. And there's so much. This is the atmosphere that you should have experienced when you were jumping around different planets in Starfield. Not some empty rocks. And it's like, oh, there's nothing here. Oh, there's a windmill in the distance that was auto-generated. This does procedurally generated maps, and it does it light years better than what I've seen in Starfield. Just because of the space, just the atmosphere. And you want to explore. There's places now you could go get side missions. There's crashed items. There's looting and stuff that you can grab to level up your character so that you could buy more like airstrikes, combo packs. It was great. Look at the smoke of this auto turret and I was shooting. I felt like I was in the scene from Aliens with the turret scene with the aliens, like that famous scene in Aliens, when you're hearing those things just scream and you see this turret. Look at the effect of this thing, dude. Game looks awesome. I totally recommend it. And it's just a lot of fun. But definitely, I give a summary about the game. So definitely, as I'm playing it. But the atmosphere of the different planets, the enemies, and then these are the bugs that you fight. Like you fight the bugs and the dismemberment. You could get maimed, like your arm, like affect your shooting. Crazy, and then you got to depend on your team. There's a lot of teamwork. Look, I lost my leg there, and your team has to call you in for airstrikes for reinforcements. You could get there's you could kill, like you could, there's friendly fire, which is, it could be fun and not fun at the same time. And yeah, great price too, Wild Wolf. I know, like $40. I got the $60 one that came with, like, some of the cosmetics and the extra battle pass and stuff, but you don't need the battle pass. And it gives you a free battle pass with the ability to earn credits to purchase the premium battle pass. And then they got a couple of guns in both of them that will give that, have different, nothing that really that changes the game. It's just like another weapon that's in there and stuff like that. But again, it helps with the co-op. But the main thing is these orbital strikes, the supports. You only can bring down certain amount of them, like 4 or 5 of them. And I use the what I use. I use my auto turret, and then and then it has aim down sights, which is awesome too. It has auto turret. Yes, I bought the pay to win version. That's exactly it, Nick. Yeah, pay to win. Which, listen, this is not a pay to win game. All right. And in the world of Call of Duties, and what we've seen as pay to win, this is not pay to win. First off, it's co-op. It's not PvP. And secondly, you're not buying advantages that will make you just clear a map out. There's not like, oh, well, look at this guy. He just spent $100 in credits, and he has an airstrike that basically you land, he nukes the whole planet, and then basically the mission's over. Like, no. And if somebody puts like 40 hours in and somebody puts 10 hours in, those people have more unlocks. They benefit you. They help you complete the mission and get you leveled up. So there's no winning. You're all working to a common goal to liberate the planet. And that's one of the cool things that I really enjoy about this game is that every game has a purpose, because not only are you, and you'll see here at the end of the game, at the end of each map, when you get all this, I wish they do speed this up a little bit, but when you watch, like, see, this is your rating, how much victory you get your leveling up, and then this is part of the operation. And then there's your XP and your currency. The currency is there to buy the airstrikes and things like that you unlock. And then you'll see here the liberation. So this shows you how much you liberated the planet and how much you contributed to that liberation. Every planet had, well, what the hell was it? What was there? Well, it's in that screen. I don't know why the hell it wasn't on there. But you'll see. And then here are the stratagems. These are what you unlock. But you only can bring like 4 or 5 down. So it's not like, hey, I unlocked all these. Now I could just call like 30 strikes down at the same time and the game's over. And it doesn't make it fun for me. Because then it wouldn't be pay to win. It would just be paid to annoy me. That's what it'd be. Because it'll be like, oh, wow, that guy played for an hour. He spent $100. And now I go in a game with that person. That person just drops all these carpet bombs and could drop 30 different things. And I just stand there and watch the fireworks and the game's over. And now it's not fun for me. So it's paid and not make it fun. That's not this game at all. Because there's balance to it. You only could call down a certain number of those things as you want, and there's all cooldowns. And some of them even have cooldowns for the group. So like supply drops, things like that. Not everybody could call a supply drop down. It's not an individual cooldown. That's a communal cooldown, which there's balance to it. It's really, I gotta say, it's really well thought out and really polished for what it is. I know there's been struggling things with the servers on there, but here's online. Here comes Jedi Johnny. Poor Jedi Johnny. We couldn't get him to chat during the game. His mic kept coming through the TV. I kept hearing an echo. But see, as you do a drop down, you'll see that here are the 4 items that you could bring down. Like and then you can put a perk down. That's it. So you can unlock the whole kit and caboodle. But it doesn't matter. You only can bring a certain number down. And then, so any questions in the Grindhouse? Because, I was asking him. So, do objectives, Michael Meridian says, do the objectives affect the clearing of the planets? Yes. So, if you watch the end of a match, so when you get pulled out, so like, let me show you here. So, when you are in the planet mission select screen, well, this is the strategy where you're going to drop, which that's cool too. Like you could change your whole game on these maps that are pretty big, procedurally generated maps. Like you could choose where you want to land. If you want to land in a hot zone, you want to land in a hot zone where there's enemies, you want to land closer to this objective. So you have that variability as well within the mission where you're going to drop. You want to drop towards, if you know you got to go here first, then here. Or maybe 2 people drop here, 2 people drop here. You want to drop in a hot zone over here. You're going to drop and fight. Or you could drop in a safe zone and move your way into it. So everybody has a choice of where to drop. on every map. And then you'll see they have a mission amount of time that you have for it. And then they'll have the type of mission: collect geological survey data, clear a spot, rescue civilians. There was one that I did where I have to add Neil. Neil wanted to add me. There was one that I did where you had to escort captives. So basically they were moving from one building to another in the middle of a fight. So they're in a town. You had to open up one of the rooms and then open up another room, and you'll see the people walk across, and you had to like cover them as you're fighting, which was pretty cool. Like that one was an interesting mission. It's surveying stuff where there's mini puzzles as you're actually collecting sample data. And then there's little randomized side missions within there where you could get bonuses to give you more money, give you some items to upgrade your ship, to give perks to your stratagems. So there's those elements as well in it. But the atmosphere, the combat, it's visceral. It doesn't take itself super seriously. It's not like a die and you lose everything. But what's interesting, when you die, you drop your samples, so you should go back and go get them. So that's another thing where, or your teammate could pick them up. But then let me just show you the question you were asking. Where's that? At the end here. Oh, let me just see. Yeah, here it is. So like here's the scoreboard at the end. And you'll see where it says here. Is this it? Let me just see if this is it here. Or is that going to take me back to the ship? But you'll see there's a liberation. It does have funny lines. Like the guy screams and yells every time you pull out your machine gun and you just start firing. It's so funny. Yeah, let me see if it tells you how much. It's like how many extracted. We left one person on the planet. Dude, they didn't get in the ship. They didn't get to the chopper. They didn't get to the chopper. And they didn't get to the chopper. And we left somebody back down. But yeah, and then by completing an operation, you liberate more of the planet and you get ranked on how you did versus how other people did. So there's a little competitiveness with your squad versus another squad, which is pretty cool. But there it is. So see, this is the squad impact of how much is liberated. So every planet has a liberated map, and that's the overall global war that's going on. So every game that you complete, or anybody completes, PC, console, you're moving to liberate the planet. And when the planet is fully liberated, I expect they're going to unlock another planet, which will have maybe different environmental hazards, different types of missions, and different environments, biomes, and stuff like that. A swamp one, a frozen one there's on there. And this is awesome. So like, as we're all progressing in the game together. So everything is the impact of how many times you do the mission, how well you do the mission, and it liberates the planet. So then when you go select your missions, you'll see here. So this is the galaxy map here. And you'll see that each of these blue has the yellow and how much of the sector is liberated. So you can see this is the red sector over here. This now is almost liberated. These two planets are almost liberated. Those are the robots on this one. Now, see, there's other planets that have been liberated or haven't been unlocked yet. So when these get unlocked, then they'll open up new ones. And then within the planet, that's the light side. There's the dark side of the planet. And then these are the missions. So this is a search and destroy mission. This one's a geological survey. And the other enemy type, dude, it's the robots. And these guys are crazy. Look at this. It's like Terminator and Predator combined. Like, it is so wild. It's just a different atmosphere. And at nighttime, you just see their eyes and stuff. But man, I recommend it. Helldivers, go play it. Here's a little mini missions that you got to do while everything's going on. You got to do these kind of fine-tune things with the D-pad. But it's awesome. And also look how the cape floats in the water, like it reacts in the water. It doesn't like just like clip in to the water. There's the sample. I was picking that up. Where are the other guys? Yeah, this is all our extract. There's the mines. Look at these things. Combat's great. Gunplay's great. DualSense rocks with this. Recommend it. But yeah, Helldivers 2. I didn't know. I don't know if Frog's got it though. I don't know if he. That's Frog. I don't see him. But yeah, I don't know. But Helldivers 2, man, don't recommend. Bots. The bot drop. They called it. They called it a bot drop. There they come. The bot drops. Here they come. Oh man.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
Oh, do we get to win? Look at these things. These things are pretty wild too. These like they're like pulled out of Star Wars. That's a volcano in the background. That was pretty wild. Like the atmosphere is incredible. And then there's different drops. There's other weapons and stuff like that you could find. Those are from dead bodies, but you could find like there's just random little things. The flashlight you could control. Each gun has different rates of fire, different types of ammo. You could control whether you want to have the flashlight on all the time if you want to do that. Oh man, true Virgil. Oh goodness gracious. Redfall. God damn, get that Redfall trash out of here. You know, that's the one game that nobody's talking about that's getting ported to Xbox. They even know that shit's trash. They even know that Redfall is trash. Nobody wants it. They don't want Booster. They don't want Redfall. They don't want it.
We got plenty of Turbo Man's faithful saber-tooth tiger booster. You know what? Nobody likes you, Booster.
It's the one game that you don't see getting ported over in the conversation of the leaks. Not one person leaked that Redfall is getting ported over to PlayStation or Switch. Choke on those. Like, nobody's talking about Redfall. Even Microsoft knows that was a fail. That was a fail. Yeah, it says bot drop detected. Oh damn, there we go. They must be watching the podcast over here. Holy crap, bot drop detected. There it is. But anyway, I recommend it. Go watch the stream. It was fun. We're gonna do another Grindhouse doing our part in Helldivers 2. Let me see if I get one of those drops, man. And one of the highlights, dude, was they got the turrets, dude. It is wild. Look at the explosions. Like calling in. I said it reminded me of Mercenaries, like with all the airstrikes and all different carpet bombs and all this stuff, dude. Redfall was a fail. PH. Emphasize the PH. Look at that. Boom. And this is coming right off of Grand Blue Fantasy, which I still have to finish, which is another incredible game that I streamed. This Grand Blue, which is combat is awesome in that game. The story is, and that I didn't even play that online yet. So it's been a crazy couple of weeks and just incredible games with Grand Blue Fantasy, Helldivers 2, and then Final Fantasy 7 Remake Rebirth. I haven't played the demo yet. It's been wild. And that's coming out in a few weeks. It's great. Hey, man. And again, service games, hey, if this is what Sony is considering part of their service games, I'm interested now. You got my attention. If this is what, because it's done really well. It's really slick. I don't feel that there's any kind of service there where it's egregious or I need to buy or I need to commit more than what I paid for. It's a complete game for what it is for $40. Even more, I would argue that it is complete there. There's nothing missing. There's no, I promise you, and I need more weapons. There need to be more enemies. There needs to be more. There's only one type of strike right now. No, there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of kind of, see that guy just got blown up, man. That was wild. There's a lot of variety. There's a lot of randomness to it that and you could play by yourself. You could call in help and people will come in and help you. So I feel like if this is what they have, if this is what their idea of quality with service games, now again, the servers going down and stuff, I understand. That's the issue with online games. That's what, it sucks all the time. And it is what it is. But Sony better get that, back up that truck and make sure this thing's functioning, because if you get a couple of weeks of bad service, you could lose your audience. So they better wise up and make sure that they can meet the demands, because that could kill a service game. Swipe it off if you don't have the support for the online service, you know what I mean? And people can't join their game, then people will start moving back to where they're going, back to Rocket League, back to Fortnite, back to where they left for Call of Duties, and now you're going to be hard to get them back. That's why you got to hit hard, and you got to keep them hooked. And you cannot let servers get in your way. You got to meet that demand. So That's the issues with service games. So we'll see how long this has. Yeah, I know, Cal. I didn't expect this many players, but the players are there, and they got to get them. They got to keep them. What's up, Taron? How you doing? So, like, Sony needs to support them and make sure with what they're doing here, because they got something good here, and this is the start of their service, kind of what they plan on with their service games. It's gonna be. I'm interested to see what Concord looks like, what their other games that they have planned are, because I think this is a good start. We'll see how long this lasts. We'll see what but for what it is, for the price and for the quality and for the entertainment that it provides, dude. And the way it just like everybody's playing it, everybody jumps in and drops in, wants to help out and play, and the combat's fun, dude. It's doing its job. It's doing its part. And I think it dropped at a good time too. So we'll see how long if it keeps up. Like, the play, I just was looking earlier, like 230,000 with the Steam DB, 230,000. And you can actually see how many Helldivers are actively fighting if you go into nobody really pointed this out. If you go into the map, the Galaxy map, and that's cool when you drive in. But when you go into the Galaxy map, when you go to the mission select, where is it? Oh my God, was that the Hell Bomb? Is that when I got hit with the Hell Bomb?
Hey, who called it in? Where is that thing? Is that it? Why you keep... Holy crap! I got out that time.
Yeah, I got hit with a Hell Bomb, dude. That was funny as hell.
This was mine too.
Is that this part? Yeah. Watch it. There it is.
I'm bringing company 2.
Watch, I got all these mines around here. Exactly, Twisted. He doesn't
Twisted
know a good game.
distracted me. He dropped Philness.
Again. Hell Bomb? What the hell's that? Holy jeez!
Look at my body. Everything was busted. Twisted got me distracted.
Freaking nuke.
Twisted was saying that he was telling me about Phil Spencer, and I was about to go on a rant.
Again. Hell Bomb? What the hell's that? Holy jeez!
Awesome game.
Who called it a friggin' nuke?
That was my whole body. I was left just with a torso.
Holy crap!
I was left. They left me with a freaking torso there, man. No heads up. No heads up at all. That's what they did. I got distracted. They're like, Phil's going to say something. I'm like, you know what? Let me stand here and rant about Philness. And then they dropped the Hell Bomb on my ass.
It's turbo time.
It's turbo time. So let's get on here. Let me fix this display cap. So we got some stuff to talk about. Now let's get into the news. But Helldivers 2, please go check it out. I don't know who called in the nuke. It just said, did it say who killed me? Let me see. It said what teammate? I gotta see. There it is. Let me see here. It says. I think it was Eric.
Watch, I got all these mines around here.
Let me see if it tells me who killed me.
Exactly, Twisted.
Be exposed. I'm gonna expose them. Who killed me?
Last reload.
Again. Hell Bomb? What the hell's that? Holy jeez.
There it is. Digital Dude 24.
Helmet, what's going on? Sanders, what's going on? It's Mega Meg. She's gone from suck to blow. What? They're getting all their air back. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Game over.
Digital Dude 24. Where are you?
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? You idiots! You captured the stunt doubles!
Who is it? That's who it was. That's who killed me. He dropped a hell bomb on me. It hurt every part of my body. Left arm, left leg, torso, right leg. My body was done. That's it.
Get your mother, please.
That's who did it. Expose on the Grindhouse. We got him. Digital Dude 24. I think he killed Jedi Johnny, too. Dude, be killing everybody over there. Man, oh, man. He got everybody. Oh, man. True Virgil said that's the same bomb that Phil's going to drop tomorrow. Oh, man. True Virgil's getting. True Virgil got the news. Man. It pays, man. True Virgil got the inside scoop. He was in the green room, Philness. Philness is like, True Virgil, I'm going to tell them about everything tomorrow. Get ready. I'm going to give you the exclusive.
Game of the generation.
A lot of hate. It's not a bad game. It's, you know, a AA game at best. I would look at it like a 7, maybe. You know?
Oh, no! We suck again!
Philness.
Philness in the green room giving True Virgil the inside scoop. Dude. Yeah. True Virgil. I'm going to tell you right now, Phil Spencer tomorrow is going to be like, he's going to be like AI. He's just going to be sitting there like AI. Just testing the friendly fire. It works. Niku, as he said. Oh, man. So, so before we get into the whole Xbox podcast, so when I was away, everybody thought Monday was going to be the Xbox podcast. However, they decided to make it tomorrow, Thursday, the day after the V-Day. Valentine's Day, which, by the way, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And yeah, so tomorrow it's going to be at 3:00. So you let everybody wait like the rest of the week to Thursday for this and announce it on Monday and on the Xbox podcast. So before we even get to there, Sony dropped their financials today and had some stuff to say about that, which some of the stuff, we need to talk. All right, Sony, we need to talk. And then everybody trying to deflect today, going like Sony's failing, Sony's in trouble. It's over for them. They follow Microsoft. Oh, dude. They are not even where Microsoft is right now, okay? There's been years of lying and changing their minds and things that failed. If you look at what Sony's doing, Sony right now, they announced today, and let me explain something. We're not no financial analysts. I don't know if that's what you come here for. Count the numbers. The only time the financial stuff is something of discussion is when we as consumers are not getting what we expect. And we need to say, hey, is the thing that we like in trouble? Is the thing that we pay for to entertain ourselves going to be around? Should we invest more in the thing that we like? Is it financially stable? Does it have support from the company? That's where you look at financials and you say, how is this going to affect us as the end user? Am I putting money into a sinking ship? Is this something that's not working and I'm just going to invest in? That's where these numbers matter. But if you're getting games and you're getting stuff, hey, that's for them to sort out about how they make money. I don't give a shit if they're making money, but I want to know if the stuff that I like is not coming out, then, and you're not making money, now that's an issue. Like if there's just like, wait a second, what's going on? And that's the problem. Like that's when you look at that stuff and you look at the financials and you're like, hey, the thing that I'm buying is not selling. And that you can't say, well, PlayStation, the thing that we're buying, the console, it's selling. Maybe not up to what their ambitious goal was at 25 million, which people said that was wackadoo to him, going, excuse me, 25 million has never been done before. That is the biggest sale ever for any PlayStation device ever since the existence of PlayStation. 25 million in a fiscal year. They told that same guy going, yeah, I remember when they made the big deal about it. And they're like, you're not going to hit that. And they said, they got humbled. And I think that's a lot of what I look at this stuff, is that Sony got humble. Sony was riding high, thinking that now these things are in stock, we're going to sell a boatload and incredible stuff, and had these high ambition goals. And they didn't. So they got humbled. Well, not 25 million, we'll do 24 million. 21 million. It's still one of the highest ones they've ever done for the platform. And then saying, you're moving forward, we may see starting a decline of the console. Obviously, they had 111% year over year. They're probably going to have a slight decline and not 110% over year because they had 110%. That means they got to do 100% more than a higher percentage than last year. They still broke the record. That's what I mean. So it's like they just set a very ambitious goal. And what's very interesting that I would like to point out here is that at least they're saying what their goal is and what their expectations are. Whereas we have not gotten these kind of specific numbers at all from Microsoft. And they just go, well, it met our expectations. Well, what were your expectations? Well, we never told you. Well, you don't know what their expectations are. Sony told you, we want to sell 25 million in the fiscal year. Well, we didn't do it. Okay. Microsoft don't even release their Game Pass numbers anymore. Well, it exceeded our expectations this month. Well, so what is the number? Well, I don't know. What are your expectations? Well, I don't know. We're not telling you. They made that 4 million. And that's the issue. Like, Microsoft doesn't even tell you what the hell their things are, what their goal, Starfield exceeded our expectations. Well, what were your expectations? Oh, if I want to say 1 and that's my expectation is 1 and we sold 2, they exceeded my expectations. Well, by what? What was your expectation? What was the difference from your expectation to the actual? You don't know any of that stuff. You don't know any of that stuff. So, it's interesting what they're doing on their stuff. And the big thing that came out of here is that first off, they said here, where is their thing? 54.8 million PlayStations have sold. Now, with that number, what also came out is that during the financial report from, what are they? From 2K, from who was it? It was it 2K? I believe it was 2K. They said that there were, I think from their financial report, they were saying that there were 79 million next-gen consoles out there. And I'm going to go on a rant about Sony in a bit. And using what Sony sold at 54.8 million, which they've hit 54.8 million in just about 3.5 years. Or 4, was it 4? But no, 3. 58.4 million. It was calculated that the Xbox Series S and X are at 22.2 million. Take-Two Interactive. Thank you. I kept saying 2K. It was Take-Two Interactive said there were about 79 million out there. And now Sony says how many they sold, so you just subtract it and you find out how many next-gen consoles are there of Xbox. And right now it looks like, from that calculation, that there are about 22.2 million Series X's and S's combo. Now, how many X's of those? We know the S is the more popular console, so maybe what? You got definitely more than half. So you're looking at what, 10 million out there of X's? Maybe less? 8 million? Take-Two owns 2K. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, I knew it was one of the keys. So subtracting the 54.8, which we know because Sony says the actual numbers of what they sold, and going along the financials of Take-Two, calculated out by December 31st, 2023. Yeah. Take-Two announced 77 million Gen 9 unit sales. So 54.8 minus that. You're looking at 22.2. Rough estimate. Well, that's the closest we're going to get. And what's crazy is that the console is selling faster. And then the PS5 was at 25 million by September 30th, 2022. So September 30th, 2022, 25 per the technical these one. But look at that. That's two consoles of Xbox. A 22.2. That's crazy. And now it's a little over 2-1. So, yeah, Xbox needs Mass Effect. That's right. But they spent the whole generation talking about not to buy it.
About console is it's your highest value gamer. It's your person who plays the most, they buy the most. But the thing that's also important is that customer is actually your most valuable customer across every device. If we're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is this is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
It's crazy. It's insane. It's stunning looking at those numbers, considering that we considered the Xbox One a failed generation. So you could sit here and say 58.4 million, Sony's in trouble. Sony's in trouble, they said in their finance. Sony's in trouble. That's what I saw today. Sony's in trouble. They need PC. If Sony's in trouble with 54.8 million consoles sold, then what's Xbox in?
Oh no! We suck again!
I don't understand the logic. Now, Sony's in trouble. Sony, they're not happy. They're going to follow Microsoft. They got to follow them. They're in trouble. Who that? Then what the hell's 22.2 million? If Sony's in trouble. Oh, but Microsoft can afford that. Oh, they can afford that. Okay. I forgot. But Sony's the one in trouble. Sony, Sony's in deep shit. Oh, okay. Like I said before, we'll talk about the podcast. I'll tell you about the podcast. Sony's in the grave. I saw all day today. Sony's in the grave. Oh, okay. Whatever you say. Sure, John. Sure. Sure. So now comes Sony president, Hiroki Tokoki. Sorry, I pronounced his name wrong. Let's hear what he had to say, and then we'll talk about what was interpreted. Because not only did he have an interpreter, but the world of Twitter interpreted his interpretation. Because, what he said was...
Stop! Enough!
Oh, man. He was talking about the...
My little baby, little Fisher-Price plastic toy!
Oh, man, that wasn't him. Let's hear what he said today. Hiroki, let's hear.
Can be grown. And the other...
Here he goes. Ladies and gentlemen. He has something to say. Here he goes.
On their little gaga and their killer games that are it's the little Animal Crossing.
That don't sound like him. What is he saying?
My little baby, little Fisher-Price plastic toy.
Holy crap!
Stop! Enough!
He's telling everybody. Stop. All right, we'll get to the real. We'll get to the real translation. Here we go. Man, he sounded like Coltful a little bit. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Let's see what he has to say.
Other potential driver is, and the other potential driver is the first-party title generation. Because in the past, as you all know, we wanted to...
Oh, this is not the one. Hold on. There's one that he talks about the whole... Where hell's that one? Sorry. That was the Google Gaga one. Here it is.
Console, unlike PS4 or previous generations, consoles, if you look at the console cycle, cost reduction within the cycle is very difficult to come by. And that is a big challenge because if you think about PS console device, unlike high specification computers, it's affordable price while with the very safe, comfortable environment with a very great experience. That's wonderful things about PlayStations. But compared to the past, in order the cost for building that experience, memory chipsets, the prices of the cost of all those components are going up as a fact. And how can we, given the situation, can put our product plans together to make it affordable? So that without relying on steep discounts to reasonably sell them to continue our commercial journey on a sustainable basis. I personally think that's an important. And there is.
So that whole first part was talking about the console. Yes, that's him. It's the Sony president guy. This guy's crazy. So he's talking about the chips and the manufacturing of the console and making sure that that is in a cost-effective way, that we don't have to do steep discounts to it, and make sure that we still develop that thing. So that's one aspect of him talking about console development and the cost of consoles and, bringing that down so that it's still a lucrative type thing. We're not just losing money on the console sold. That's one part. Now, this is the part that everybody was talking about with the software.
There's an opportunity in that, and that's how I see it. And the other potential driver is the first-party title generation. Because in the past, as you all know, we wanted to popularize console. And the title was something, and the first-party title main purpose was to make the hardware or the console popular, right? It is true, right? But there's a synergy to it. So if we have a strong first-party content, not only with our console, but also other platforms like computers. And the first-party can be grown with multi-platforms, and that can help operating profit to improve. So that's another one that we want to practically work on. I personally think there are opportunities out there for improvement of margin. So I would like to go aggressive on improving our margin performance.
So there he is. He's stuttering too. That's right. The synergy. That's right. He's stuttering. That is Takokiness. We got Takokiness in the grindhouse. Takokiness in the goddamn grindhouse. Let me tell you, Takoki, we are getting you on the grinds board.
Generation.
Takokiness exists. So this is what he's saying. But what I can understand what he's saying. Games cost a whole bunch of money. Their first-party content is a whole bunch of money it costs. It costs money. There's opportunities with going multi-platform or putting their first-party on PC. He specifically identifies PC as a place to put their first-party games as well to kind of help maintain the margins of these expensive games and try to close the gap between how much we're spending and how much we're making. Because these games are costing them money, the tokiness. And he sees an opportunity there to kind of aggressively pursue that. People said day and date. I don't think that's what he's talking about. I think he's talking about making more PlayStation games available on PC to offset the cost of building new games. But the day and date stuff, people always want this day and date on PC. And let me tell you this. If this guy in his interim manages to do something like this is no cat. Like, listen, we're all consumers. That's what we're about. If this guy puts PlayStation games day one, here's your PSN, your friends list, here's your trophy support. Games are $60 on PC, $70 on a PlayStation. The DualSense works on PC like it does on your PlayStation, and he moves the whole ecosystem to PlayStation to the PC day one. Now, you're going to mess around and find out, dude. Because now you want to hit 25 million sales of consoles? Well, guess what? You're going to start seeing exactly what Microsoft saw. Ew. Nobody wants an Xbox. Nobody's going to want a PlayStation. You want to do it? Go ahead. I will lead the charge away. Because if it's a stupid consumer decision to stick around because of what? This guy? No. You want to go put your games over there for no online costs? $10 cheaper? And make the same experience on PC just like PlayStation? DualSense, trophies, friends, chat. Oh, you want to do it? Thank you. See you later. But don't come crying to investors going, well, we didn't hit our console numbers that we wanted to in the PlayStation. You do ahead. You go fuck around and find out what happens. And if you don't believe me, go knock on the door of your clone, Stuttering Satya, Tokiness, and ask him how he's doing. Right now, they're trying to cut off the appendix of the console that they created because they abandoned the console, the core owner, and they're trying to get them back because that dude, the console customer is the one who spends and buys the most. And you want to make them go explore somewhere else?
About console is it's your highest value gamer. It's your person who plays the most, they buy the most. But the thing that's also important.
And that's the thing. Like, he don't indicate day and date, but if they really want to go balls deep into PC and really just throw everything there thinking that's the golden goose, do it, Tokiness. Tokiness, do it, please. See what happens. You go fuck around and find out. Grindhouse style. Get ahead. Go do it. Go think the golden goose is the PC gamer. Go think. No, it's the mobile gamer. Go do it. And what you do, day and date, make it cheaper. Make it not require online. Then go talk about your PSN engagement numbers, dumbass. We've been through this before. And I'm not sticking around for no bullshit ride. If it's better, I will be there. And I will lead the grindhouse there too and tell them, you suck. Stuttering Hotokiness. Because you will cannibalize the thing that you created. And if you don't believe PlayStation's important to you, and get ahead. Go see what happens. See what happens. You'll have people that stick around. But then you'll be sitting there between a rock and a hard place. And you look into the left and look into the right. It's like, well, PC gamers now, they're playing our games for cheap. We moved. Let me explain something to you. Because this is exactly what happened. And again, I don't think this means day and date. This means, and let me another explain. I got 2 points I want to make about this thing. First off, what Sony is doing is not the same as what Microsoft did for PC. All right? When Microsoft went to PC, they brought they wanted to move the ecosystem. They brought your friends. You could chat online for free, not behind Xbox Live. I just talked about Helldivers. Froggy, where'd you came in? It was the first half hour. Go ahead, go play back. So, if you go back, Microsoft put their games on PC. They moved the whole ecosystem over. Your friends could go. Your achievements came with you. It basically turned your PC into everything that Xbox had unique to it. Everything went over there. So it was like, wait, I gotta pay Xbox Live to talk to my friends, party chat. Remember, Discord wasn't a huge thing. It was a little there. But my party chat, my friends list, I could chat with them on PC and not pay Xbox Live. I could play and not pay for Xbox Live. Okay. achievements can still be earned. Now, just putting a game on PC is not the same thing as Microsoft tried to move a whole ecosystem. They try to loop the console people into PC and do all that stuff. Now, them just putting games on PC. Now, if they want to bring over their trophies, bring over their chat and all that stuff, and make the PlayStation experience on PC, and then bring their games over day and date, now it's a consideration where you don't need the console. And if that's what they plan on doing, which I don't think so, because that will, if they're selling 5 million consoles faster than what they've done before, and those people are buying games, they announced Spider-Man just sold like, what, 5 million? What did they say? 5 million, 10 million across the franchise. Like, their games are selling. If they feel like that's not enough and they want more, we've seen what they've done with their games when they put them to PC. They port them over, they put them on. Now, the port costs are probably not expensive as a full development cost, and then they make huge margins on it because they're selling it for $50 again a couple of years later. It's the same thing that they used to do with the movies. We're just going to take content and recycle it. We're going to make a great game, put it on PlayStation, sell it for $70. Once that's done, we'll lower the price, put it on sale, sell it again. Once that's done, we'll put it in the services and try to grab people in the subscription as a part of the subscription. Once that's done, while all that's happening, we'll go port it to PC a couple of years, a year down the line, whatever, and we'll charge $50 for it and play it again. And each step of the way, they're getting more money with the same content, the same game. They're not reinventing the game. The same game now is being sold at different spots. And the fact that they can put it on PC later and charge $50. Like I've always said before, if you put these games both out at $70 on day one, the only way you're going is down. You will never be able to charge $60, $70 again 2 years down the line. It will just sit there and rot until you officially change the price to attract a new audience. But when you stagger releases like they've been doing, you're able to introduce that to a market on PC at a $50, $60 price point, $50 price point, where you can't put that $50 price point 2 years, 3 years later on a game. There's only one way to go when you put it on day one is down. But you're able to stagger it because you're introducing it to a new market with maybe new customizability stuff for PC. You could focus on that. Hey, that seems to be working for them. If they want to change that or be more aggressive with it, we'll see what happens. But again, if they feel that this is what they want to do and they want to do, get ahead. You want to do what they're doing? Exactly. Go see what happens. See what happens. You'll have your diehards that stick around on PlayStation and pay top dollar. But if it's cheaper, better, same experience, and you're doing the same thing like what Microsoft did, good luck trying to hit those numbers ever again. And good luck trying to sell a PlayStation 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9. Good luck, because every single one will have less and less install base because you put your shit somewhere else. And another point I want to make about putting your stuff somewhere else, this is the other thing. And Nintendo does this great. They keep people in, you know, like when you go to Disney, right? Oh boy, Mickey Mouse. Oh boy, Philness Mouse. We'll talk about Philness Mouse in a little bit. But you know, like when you go to Disney, they make sure everywhere you go, Tokokiness, that's right, it's Tokokiness. They make sure that everywhere you go, it's Disney. They keep you in the bubble. You don't see no McDonald's in Disney World. No. It's all branded. They don't put anybody in their world. Exactly. He wants better profit margins. He wants more. And that's another thing, Froggy. That's a good point. Before I get into my thing with that, that's the other thing is that if you look at how much they're spending and how much they're making, that's the thing that they need to start working out. And him seeing this is like, whoa, these games are costing a lot of money and our margins are down here. We need to level this up. And if we could put this game on other platform and make more money to offset some of that margin and cost for a new game. And obviously, yeah, that makes sense. And what they're doing, putting games on PC at a later date is fine, because then they're able to sell it at a higher price and put it and make sure that the PC expectation's there. Because we've seen what happens, right? We've seen when you're spread too thin, you piss off both customers. Just look with Halo. Look at Halo. You pissed off both customers, the PC audience and the console audience, because you couldn't meet the expectations of both of them. But if you go put it on console first and make sure that the console, their expectations are met, and then you fine tune it and make sure that the PC expectations are met, now you create a stronger reception to the game. But if you try to put it everywhere day one and the development is compromised, that's where my problem is. Don't tell me what's missing, because you are spread too thin. If you can do it, do it. But if you can't meet the expectations of both of those parties, then you're better off staggering it and not doing it day one. And that's what we've seen with Microsoft. They tried to turn everybody into day one PC, everybody, console, everyone. And we've seen features missing, delays, can't get the things up to par, we'll fix it later. If Sony wants to go that route and think that they could do it better, we'll see if they want to do day one. Now, there are games designed for this, and that's where I think it's okay when you want to make a game designed for that environment, because you build it with that intent. But if you start taking games that traditionally optimize and work great on a console, and then you're like, well, wait a second, we got to turn this now into a multi-plat now, onto PC day one. If that game's compromised, that's a problem. He's a placeholder, Jeff B. Gaiman says. So we're not going to have Takakiness anymore. He's no more Takakiness.
The first party title generation.
He's just trying to make his. He's just trying to make his thing. You just made the list. Let's give him a stop enough. But I'm going to finish my last point on Takakiness, and then we will do this. But yes, he needs definitely
stop. Enough.
Anonymous boss member for 3 months. He goes, Jez, dude, to stop enough. Tell Weezer that he has to stop being zesty. Wait a second. That just went away. He has to stop being zesty with his Jason X bot account. Nah, just playing Weezed. Stop. Yo, he's getting Weezed.
Stop. Enough.
He's Jim's replacement, this guy? Oh, damn. Jim Ryan saying let the games do the talking. This guy's saying let the PC do the talking. Oh, no.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games.
Let's see what he says. All right. I think he got humbled by these things. He's a Jim's placeholder. So, anyway, one other thing that these business dudes, Satya and the other one, they don't realize is that as a customer, so Nintendo does this. They keep you in their garden. They keep you surrounded by Nintendo products and this stuff. When you start putting the things that identify your platform on other places, what you're doing is you're exposing that gamer to seeing what other options are out there. And those other options may be beneficial to them. They might go, holy crap, I never thought about getting a gaming PC and playing Horizon 3 on it. But wait, look what else I could play on this. And now they see the whole Steam library. Wait a second, Epic Game Store is putting games for free? You mean I could play these games? They just give you to you for free? Yeah, they do. Wow, I'm liking this. And now all of a sudden, your Horizon Forbidden West that you put on PC created a person that now sees all the options of PC gaming, and now they're not coming back to you. Good job. A whole new world. A whole fantastic point of view. There we go. That's right. Good job. You just took them to say, hey, and guess what happens? Now, the games, they were buying all their multi-platform games. Every game that, oh man, I got to play. I'm buying it on the PlayStation ecosystem. I'm buying it all on all these multi-platform games. I'm buying it on your platform, to cockiness. But then you go put a game that I'll play. I'm going to go play it on PC. Well, guess what? a whole new world. Now I'm on PC gaming. I'm like, whoa. All the games I would have bought on your PlayStation store, I'm buying them from Steam now. I'm buying them from the Epic store. Thanks, Takakius. Now try to get that customer back to come to your closed garden. Well, you just opened up the doors, they're gone. Enjoy. And I'm not saying that happens to everybody, but what you're doing is you're taking the most valued customer for your platform and you're showing them other options. And these dopey bastards don't realize that you don't own. See, for Microsoft, I could understand because they are part of Windows, so it's not, they could sell a gaming PC. But for Sony, they're dumbasses if they think that that's the golden goose for them, because they don't make VAIO computers anymore. So for them, they're just giving money. They're just like, whoop, there you go. Out of our PlayStation store where we make 100%. And now when you buy our games, you'll be paying Steam and we'd be getting a little bit of it.
You just made the list.
It is. And they're dopes. They don't realize that. That they're so, and what's crazy is that kind of ecosystem that you have people in, it's so unique nowadays because there's so much noise. There's so much stuff going on. There's so many people that are trying to take your attention away from what you're doing to come do this, that you're just opening up the door saying, get ahead. That's like a hall pass. It's like, yeah, take a hall pass. But you're coming back home and going to be loyal, right? It's Valentine's Day. Damn, pause. You know? Get ahead. Go play the games on PC. Get ahead. And that, guess what? Now try to get them back. To cockiness. You better be smart about that, the cockiness. Uh-oh, True Virgil's coming in here. True Virgil's coming in here. Funny how bootleg trying to cope with Sony following Microsoft's footsteps. Most of the industry will eventually follow Phil's vision. Like it or not. Oh, how am I coping? I'm telling you exactly what's happening and what we'll do if it does happen exactly like what Phil did. But I'm saying you what Phil did was wrong. Phil, that's why you're having business meeting tomorrow, Drew. Take the balls out of your mouth. That's why the business meeting's happening tomorrow, because it failed. That's what you need to know. Come on now. Don't be silly. This is the remix. This is the remix. And you come on now. Come on, Drew. Let's go now. Dave Rock. It's too cocky. It is. It is. We'll see. Like I said, I'll be watching. Because if there's something better, if you're going to make it better, and those exclusive games that draw me to your platform, the experiences that you make polished and prime time, your first party babies, we'll see. But I'll be watching to cockiness. And again, I'm not saying, going to PC is wrong. No. If you're going to make it better and cheaper, I'm all for it. I'm a consumer. I'm not going to stay here and pay more money than I should if you're going to make it better over there. If you think that's what's good for you, go ask Phil how it's doing. He got a business meeting tomorrow to talk about how they're going to change Xbox for the fourth goddamn time. Ask them how they're doing with image, with marketing, with branding. Ask them what Xbox is. You want to turn PlayStation into what is a PlayStation? PlayStation's a screen. PlayStation's computing power. You want to pull that bullshit? Get ahead. See what happens. Lose your identity. Fuck around and find out. I have no problem. I'm going to go where the games are, and I'm going to go where the games play best and where the games are cheaper. And if you're going to make it better over there, then good job. I'll see you over there. But I don't want to see you guys going, well, the console's not selling. No shit. I told Phil that 5 years ago. When he's telling me Xbox is still important, we believe in Xbox, but his actions didn't match his words. So we'll see. To cockiness. But to say that they're failing, they're selling like a boatload of shit. And I just think they got a little humble. I think what happened, I think they saw too much. They saw an opportunity on doing this. But hey, we'll find out. Phil's playing Helldivers right now. Let's see if there's anything else with the cockiness he's pulling out here. And he's the interim guy for Jim. I don't know. But we're all concerned, like, when Jim goes, you know, who they're going to put in there. And, you know, this guy's a friggin', he's a suit. Yeah, I want to make the business better and all this other shit. Okay. You know, like, in the past, we want to popularize console. Oh, so you don't want to popularize your console anymore? We'll see. We will see. But like I said before. And that's what I mean. Like, you know, if they want to do, you know, put some older games on the PC to kind of, and do what they're doing with their IP. And you know, I see other opportunities, like if their IP's there, to kind of make them out into movie, show, like transmedia, whatever the hell they want to do with that stuff, and put a movie and do that other thing. You know, it is what it is. Like, but my whole point to this stuff is that you need to establish your identity. And that's where Xbox faltered. Because now they're trying to call they're reinterpreting what the Xbox is. And with every reinterpretation, they're losing more and more people, that they're at 22 million consoles. Like, it is not even worth it anymore. So if you feel, now, unlike Microsoft, Sony seems to be focused on PlayStation first and then over to console. If they want to change that strategy, hey, man, we'll be having a different conversation. And I'm not here to say, oh, man, Sony's doing the right moves and stuff. No, they're not. I like having dedicated hardware. I like having stuff to my expectations. I have a gaming PC. I play on PC on certain games, but I like the experience that's offered with a console. It's simple. It's there. It's on the couch. It's on my big screen. It's just there. It's easy to access, and for the cost of what it does and for what it offers, that's great, because you don't have to keep upgrading. You get, well, now with these pros now, you know, but you have like a experience there. And you know, the whole benefit is having a first party. It's like the same thing Apple has. First party games, hardware meets software. And you got games that look like Horizon, where you're getting incredible experiences on something that costs half the price of a gaming PC. Because the software and the hardware come together. That's why Apple's so successful. Now, yes, Apple puts some of their products, their software on other devices like Apple Music and stuff. But when you have hardware and software, you should have an inherent advantage in making software for Frankenstein hardware, and that's your PC. All different GPU configurations, CPUs, updates, driver updates, all that other stuff. There are compromises being made to meet the specifications of all those varied devices. Whereas on a console, it's a focused single piece, double piece of hardware, a pro and a simple one, and that your first party has access to that hardware and makes games optimized for that hardware that you purchased. That's the ideal of a console experience. It's single hardware and software from your first party who has more advantage of working on it and makes those games. Look at what Nintendo does. Look at what Nintendo. Lou Flame says Nintendo and PC for the win. Hey, that's a great combination. But look what Nintendo does. Look at what they're able to do with software and the hardware that they make, and what they're able to milk with with the Switch. How old is that hardware on there? Friggin' an NVIDIA tablet, X1 chip or some shit like that. Right now, we're playing on Asus ROGs and that have like the PlayStation that is able to play like AAA games on there. And meanwhile, you got the Switch sitting on like an X1 friggin' NVIDIA chip on a screen. And look what they're able to do, because they have the software and the hardware. That's That's the benefit of it. And if they want to break that, hey, if they feel like that's the business decision, then we'll see what happens. But until then, I didn't hear day and date. Triple H, Hunter Herman Holst coming in there with the quality splits, still bringing quality games, and that's the major point, though. Like, if they could keep that quality, because that's where Xbox went down the drain. They could not establish quality in their adventures of the last 6 years. Their quality, their content, their expectations kept dwindling because they could not meet the standards of quality for games and making games that people want to play. Sony's able to do that. If they're able to continue to do that, then I just want to play it. And that's the thing. If they know quality is the most close, and Helldivers 2 is an example of quality. Sony oversaw that and they did it. Foam Stars, no. But Helldivers 2, hey, if they know, like, you know, and what we played in Spider-Man, what we played in God of War, what we played in Horizon, and the DLC for Horizon, and what might be coming. These are the things that matter. The games. That's what it's all about. The games. The other thing that he mentioned, too, speaking about the console, is that we're going into the latter half of this generation. So believe it or not, and that people kind of sure were like, what do you mean we're in the second half? Like we're moving to the second half. Now, could they be stating that now the Pro is going to be the start of a new generation, or like is the Pro just like another thing that they're going to add at the tail end of this generation? But considering that we're just over 3 years into this generation and saying that, hey, we're kind of on the tail, like the second part of it, you got to think 6 years, 5 years for a console. That's about what it is. You know, that Xbox 360 generation lasted super long, and, you know, Kinect and motion controls extended that. But, you know, 5 years, 6 years of consoles, and now they start introducing the Pro now. But what the interesting thing is that this is where one more thing about the Sony thing and the Takakiness. Yeah, about 6-7 years seems right, Josh? About the Takakiness here. One of the things I want to say is, like, you know, I remember when the PS4 Pro came out. And when the PS4 Pro came out, that was actually, they said, to prevent people from going to PC. If you recall that, it was moving people, it was stopping people from like, okay, well, this console's kind of old, and now we're going to move to PC. And what's interesting with that one was that, now, so if you weren't putting your games on PC at the time. So now if you're putting your games on PC and you're making a PS5 Pro, then, well, wait a second now. Now that seems like the PS5 Pro, is that made so people don't go to PC? Because you're kind of giving them a pathway to PC if you're putting your games over there. That's why I think this whole exploring that, because he does say in his stuttering voice at the end, to cockiness, he does say, like, it's something I wanted to explore. There's potential there. So I think they realize that, hey, if we do a Pro, we better make sure that we have our own games on our platform, but those Pros are not going anywhere. So we'll see where it goes. And another thing that came out of it, too, which was another quote, was that they said that there will be no... I'm going to make sure I got the words right, because there were so many twists around this thing. This is what... Where's that quote? Where is it? I want to make sure I got this right, because this was the other one that came out with the quote. And let me get this one. I just want to make sure I have the right one here, because people were twisting this thing like crazy. Speaking about in the next year about exclusive, about AAA games. I tell you, man. Sometimes you just got to shake your head. You'd be like, Tony, what? Like, read the room. Like, read the room. Like, why would you... idiots. Where is it? Oh, wait, I actually have the form here. There it is. It was the translator who was stuttering. Thank you, Phoenix King. So this thing right here. Regarding first-party software, now this affects us, right, everybody? Regarding first-party software, we aim to continue to focus on producing high-quality works and developing live service games, but while major projects are currently under development, we do not plan to release any new major existing franchise titles in the next fiscal year like God of War and Marvel's Spider-Man. Oh, man, you want to talk about the interpretations. Sony's not releasing any AAA first-party games the whole year. Oh, my God. Dude, it was wild. The internet went wild.
Philness.
Oh, my goodness.
Close of Activision.
Oh, Stutter and Sati, I don't want to hear you. But my goodness, they're like, no AAA games for the year. Sony's done. They're in trouble. Oh my goodness.
I don't play this game.
There it is. Existing franchise titles. Major, like, he gives examples. God of War and Spider-Man. So, was everybody expecting God of War Ragnarok Part 2 this year? Hello? Anybody? Was God of War Ragnarok Part 2 Atreus story coming out this year? Was that on your list? No, it was on your list. Spider-Man 3. That must have been on your list this year, right? Spider-Man 3? Hello? Hello? Spider-Man? Everybody expecting Spider-Man 3 this year? Hello? Anybody? Hello? Hello? Spider-Man 3 was this year? I was expecting Ragnarok Part 2, Atreus story. I wanted the whole campaign, 15, 20 hours. This holiday. Let's go. Major existing franchises. Sequels to games of franchise that we know. So maybe that doesn't mean, that means you got to think about it. Well, they did Horizon. They've done God of War. They've done Spider-Man. So games that you would expect possibly this year that would not, now this thing confirms, a Ghost of Tsushima 2, a Last of Us Part 3, Uncharted 5. I don't know. And it probably confirms that Death Stranding 2 will not be out by March of early next year, probably more of a later of next year. That's what I could get out of this. If Death Stranding 2 is considered a first party, which I believe it is, Death Stranding 2 won't fall into this fiscal year. So when they said 2025 for Death Stranding 2, that it would probably be after March. But stupid people, stupid words. Dumb thing to say. I don't know if the financial, maybe they're like, well, wait a second. You mean we're not getting a big Spider-Man game? So that means that, console sales, I don't understand why. It says major projects are currently under development. This is what happens when you don't announce shit. Yeah, that's why I agree, Josh. But this is what happens. You say dumb shit, and people jump crazy. Because you don't have a game expected for the end of this year. And this is where I don't understand these I don't understand them. It's like, don't you know what you announced to the public yet? Why would you come out with a statement like this without announcing what is coming this year? What's wrong with my mic? Did I hit something? That's the thing that always boggles my mind with these dumbasses. I'm not saying there's no games, but people want your first party software. What's going on? I think They got something lined up to launch with the Pro, a new IP. And actually, why would we want all sequels? You know, was supposedly Studio Bend is working on a new IP. Cory Balrog's a new IP. Last of Naughty Dog is working on a new IP. But we know this. But the thing is like, you haven't really released your first-party schedule. Like, every game you announced in that state of play to the public, you haven't announced anything yet. So why would you use some... I just don't understand it. They're idiots. It's amazing. I mean, what did we announce to the public? Oh, well, sir, we didn't announce any of our first-party games coming out this year. Oh, great. So I'm going to tell them that they don't expect sequels. Sir, I don't think that's the best thing to say. No, you know what? That's great. I'm going to tell them the reason that, hey, guys, we're working on great games, but we're not going to come out with any major existing franchises this year. Yeah, that'll go over well. Good PR, dopey ass. Just dumb shit. But that's what I mean. I think what this is akin to is that they have some new IP lined up and they're going to be doing that. But what I would say, instead of saying this stupid thing, is I would say, like, oh, yeah, we expect to launch some real great new IP from our first-party studios this year to continue the success of the PlayStation platform. That's what I would say as a business person. I wouldn't say what we're not doing. I'll say what we are doing. Yeah, I heard about that intergalactic trademark file. But this is what happens when you're quiet. You know, they had their state of play, and they're doing great. They're bringing games, but their first party is a question mark. What are they doing? And Concord ain't it, because I don't know what that is. They haven't shown gameplay to Concord, so that's on them. Oh, Josh says he's explaining why they expect lower PlayStation growth than last year. But really, like, I understand. Well, yeah, Spider-Man is a huge boom for their console, and new IP probably is not going to be that. But it's just weird. It's just weird because what kind of confidence? But Josh, what kind of confidence does that show in what they're releasing? Well, so everything that you're releasing is not going to be up to the par of a God of War Spider-Man. They should be your next Spider-Man, your next God of War, like the next big thing. But when you're saying like, oh, well, our new games that are coming out are not going to be major existing franchise titles like God of War and Spider-Man. I understand they're known IP, but you should have a little bit more faith and not kind of dismiss them. Like maybe they do have a potential. Shit, look at what Power Worlds did. Anybody think like, hey, you know, like games have potential. If it's a great game, it may just hit. So I don't know if that's a valid excuse for them, but that's what they chose to say. So now we're getting warmed up. But we're going to see the future if Sony goes on this thing. And then they say here, network services. We expect subscribers to be on par with the fiscal year, slightly less due to the impact of price revision. Now remember, this is their expectation. Yeah, and also too, right, Cosmic? He throws in like developing live service games. It's like, you know, that they want to hear. Exactly, that's the problem, Jay. Like they don't know shit about gaming. I don't get it. These. That's why these financial things. I shake my head at half of them. I shake my head at half of them, and we have all this thing in here. I says that I use Pal World. The reason why I use Pal World is you never know how something's gonna hit. That's the thing. You never know. Which Helldivers too. That's what I should have used, right, Enrique? I should have used Helldivers too. But you never know. But you can't just be, well, if it's not Spider-Man, then it's not gonna do well. Like it's not gonna blow up. Who knows? You should have faith in all your projects and know that you got something coming. And if you do the proper marketing, get the gamers excited, there you go. Maybe it doesn't mean a Spider-Man, but I wouldn't start there. Well, You know, when you look at if you look at like Corey Balrog's new game, it's a space game. It's like, well, it looks like quality, but it's not a Spider-Man. It's not God of War. It's like, uh-oh. Right? Anyway, there's the Sony. It's a cockiness. Don't like him already. Hopefully he don't stay around too long and he goes back to his hole that he came out of. And we get somebody that wants to smack around and really lay the pipe to the road here. Because this cockiness, this guy don't know which ass is up. So cockiness, welcome to the Grindhouse, clown. Now, speaking of clowns, there's a whole friggin' circus coming tomorrow. That's what I'm telling you right now. There's a whole goddamn circus tomorrow with the Xbox podcast. Speaking of clowns, the circus is coming to town on every screen. Every screen. And I have it right here, how it will go down. Oh, yeah. The whole circus is coming. On every screen. Wherever you watch, you'll be laughing at this circus show that will be tomorrow. And what a circus it will be. The official Xbox podcast. Let me ask you guys a question here. Let me ask you a question. Hit that like button, grinders. Share it out. Get the grinders in here. I know they didn't want to hear about cockiness, but we had to talk about that goddamn cockiness because he didn't know to shut his mouth. Now, let me ask everybody a question here. Did anybody know the official Xbox podcast was still around after Major Nelson left? Anybody? Hello? Anybody? I didn't even know that the Xbox official podcast was still there. I thought Major Nelson left and it was done. Somebody keeping the lights on. See, Josh didn't know. I didn't even know there was one. I thought Major Nelson had this thing and that was about it. Well, apparently there is one. And it's happening tomorrow. A special Thursday edition. Does it on Thursday? Is it always on Thursdays? I don't know. But a special Thursday edition. The Valentine's Day Massacre. Post-Valentine's Day Massacre. At 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stop touching my mic. Oh, damn. They're telling me to stop touching my... Hold on. I'm fixing it now. There we go. 3 p.m. The official podcast. The announcement was right here. Please join us for a special edition on the Xbox official podcast. Hear from Bill Glorious Maximus Spencer, Sarah Bond, and your one and only, our resident Booty in the house. Oh, yeah. He'll be there. He there. Booty drop.
Let me see that booty drop. Booty drop.
Hit the microphone. Snap, crackle, and pop on the jizz mic. Oh man, what's going on my microphone? Hold on. Is it all right? You know what? I think the Y is loose. Just lower the volume for a second. I'll fix it now. There you go. I'm not gonna hit the mic. There we go. It's the Y that's loose. There you are. The Three Stooges will be there tomorrow. Philness. Booty.
Philness.
and Sarah Bond, but no stuttering.
Everything that we are doing with
No, he
our
won't be there.
content, with our our cloud and community.
He won't be there. He won't be there. We got the other ones. The Three Stooges, Phil, Sarah, and Matt, as they share updates on the Xbox business. Let me talk about what grinds my gears, number one. Wouldn't it be wonderful if these three came together and gave us updates on Xbox games?
Game over.
Like, let's come together and talk about everything but the games. Hey, wouldn't it be great if it's like, hey, guys, out of the blue, Phil and Sarah and Matt Booty as they share updates on Fable and Perfect Dark?
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Go! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes. Keep firing, assholes!
Wouldn't it be wonderful? What's a game? That's right, WestCon. What's a game? It wouldn't be wonderful, but you know what? Sarah and Phil decided to get together and give us an update on Fable, the gameplay that they showed last year. No. But let's get the crew together and talk about the Xbox business. That's great. That's so exciting. The Xbox business. Because, again, we deal with how we're going to play, why we're going to play, where we're going to play, who we're going to play with, but never, ever, ever the what we're going to play. Right, Phil? Right? It's always the where, always the who, always the how, strap-ons, always the who, everybody, always the where, wherever you are. Well, Phil, what am I going to play? Oh, that I can't answer for you.
Put that cookie down now!
I got to go home.
It's getting late.
I got to get out of here. Whoa, games. Whoa.
I've yet to see a sign of this supposed gentleman doll.
Whoa. Hold the line. I told you could use strap-ons for your phone, play over the cloud. I told you you could play on PC, wherever you are. But Phil, what am I going to play? Whoa.
Game over.
Whoa. I can't answer that right now. What game? What are we talking about? What game? A Fable. A Fable. Who that? What was that? Oh, the game. Well, no. We can't talk about that right now. But I can tell you you can play games on your phone. I can tell you play games on PlayStation. What? Yeah. But wait, there's more. I'm going to tell you where you can play games, more places to play your games. You know, I told you could play on your phone with strap-on Razer Rikishi. You could play with touchscreens. You can play on your PC. You can play on the Asus ROG. You can play on the Legion Go. You can play on a Steam Deck if you move over the apps. You can play it on any screen. You can play it on Samsung TV. You buy a controller. I told you could play it on TV. You can play it on Xbox if you want, but that's trash. You don't want to play it over there, but you can play it everywhere else. I told you about all this. And now, I'm going to tell you now you can play games on Play. But Phil, what games? Oh, nah, that I can't tell you.
You have me right.
That I can't say.
Conmen, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs,
and so
criminals.
The problem. Never the what. What am I going to play? What do you offer for me to play? Is there a game that I need to play and I got to be anywhere to play it? Because I can't stop thinking about it? Do you have something like? Oh, no, we don't have that. Then why do I give a shit where you're going to put your games if it doesn't matter, if there's no games that I want to play because you are not offering games that appeal to anybody right now? They're missing content. Who gives a shit? We added shadows and lighting. Nobody cares. But you play your games where you want, but I don't want to play your games. But I told you you could play them anywhere, but I don't want to play your games here. Why do I want to go play them over there? They never get it. They never get it. We're going to have another podcast to tell you where you can play games that nobody wants to play.
If you're lying to me, I'll be back.
We hear you. Let me tell you about more places to play the games that you don't give a shit about.
You're my #1 customer. This is really cool.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks. More places to play games I could give a shit about. Oh, yeah, Sea of Thieves, the housefly that doesn't die. It's coming to place it. Who cares? Who cares? I'm tired of where, and I want to know what and why I should care about it. But let's come together for the business meeting. That's where they get Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the 3 Stooges. Let's get them all together and let's talk about the Xbox business. Because this is happening because it's doing so well, right? Right? M's Odyssey with the 2. Thank you so much, man. He goes, Phil and Sarah will tell us half-truths and white lies. He ain't lying. This will be 6 Days, a great Arnold movie. It's my clone. But I'm him and he's me. He's eating dinner with my family. I'm the clone. But you're you and I'm me. But that's the clone. But anyway, this show is going to be presented like they planned it. This podcast is going to be, then this is we were sitting around, it's going to come off like this. Phil Spencer's like, we were sitting around one day. And I was thinking about, why don't I put some games up? What a great idea, Phil. What a great idea. Best line, Gothmog. You should clone yourself so you could go fuck yourself. Oh. That was the best line. Go clone yourself. So, they're going to sit around and go, Phil's like, you know what? I was taking a shit one day, and I was looking out the window, and I was like, you know what? Sea of Thieves ain't doing shit. Oh, yeah, that smells. Oh, let's see. Sea of Thieves ain't doing shit. And that's what happens when Phil has his revelations, because he's taking a dump. He works with a guy named Booty, so he's always thinking about Booty when he's taking a shit. And he's like sitting there, he goes, you know what? Taking a shit. Oh, Booty. I forgot to call Booty. I got to tell him this great idea I had. Wiping his ass. He goes, oh, wipe my ass, Booty. Shit. Every time I wipe my ass, I think about Booty. I got to go call him up. I got to tell him this great idea. I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait a second, guys. We should go put a Sea of Thieves, because nobody gives a shit about that game. They pulled out the PvE because nobody's playing it. Why don't we put that on PlayStation? What a great idea. Yeah, host a podcast. This is a great idea. And that's what tomorrow's going to be like. Tomorrow's going to be like they thought of this all along. Like, we were sitting around one day and we thought about, to really fulfill our vision about putting games everywhere, we were missing out 2 people. Nintendo and PlayStation. We just forgot about them. I was just sitting here. I was like, oh, shit, we forgot about them. I'm putting my games everywhere, and I just forgot about the 2 biggest consoles manufacturers. I just forgot about them. But now I'm not forgetting about them. And I'm here to tell you that every screen, every device is an Xbox. A wacko world. But this is our idea. We forgot about it, but now we're not forgetting about it. We're going to put it on there. We're going to put our games really everywhere now, because we believe no matter what console you play on, you should play our games that nobody's playing right now. That's what it's going to be. Don't ruin my parade. But that's what it is. It's like, we're going to tell you about games that nobody's playing right now and nobody can care less about, but they're coming to your platform. Yay. But thanks. Great games like Pentiment. Who?
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Pentiment. Pentiment. Coming to PlayStation. Sea of Thieves. Say, who? What? They're so excited, they're even tweeting about it. In a cute way, because, you know, everybody cares about Sea of Thieves, right? The game that took the world by storm, like... You know how they did Adorably? Where is it? They did some Roses are Red, Violets are Blue. What coming to PlayStation? I don't know. Here it is. You know. Thanks. Probably their most liked tweet ever. Let me see. Uh-huh. Yep. There you go. Here it is. You know, rowboats are red. And sometimes they're blue. Other times they're green. Occasionally they can be white. Wait, what is going on with this?
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer!
Did Phil Spencer write this?
Let's go! Yes! 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 Yes!
Look at us. Look at us. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Look at us. I've said this before. The fact that they're having a business meeting about putting game, like, there's something, dude, it is wild that they are seriously going to do this thing. Because they put Minecraft Dungeons on PlayStation and Switch and didn't make a fuss about it. Like, oh yeah, it's coming to PlayStation. Yep, there it is. What? Like, what the? Who? What's going to happen? It's going to offset cost? It's going to, like, make things, like... I don't get it. It's the final straw. Like, they are desperate. They have seen end of days. Because I don't think this is going to do... What is this going to do? We'll see if these going to be like, yo, it hit another 20 million people playing Sea of Thieves more because they're on PlayStation. I don't know. Game night 123 with the 10. He goes, I wonder about what their sales expectations are for these games. Low 100,000s? Would it be a success for them? Xbox always overestimates, though. They did with Game Pass. Thank you, Game Night. You read my mind. Like, what do you think is going to happen to Pentiment in these games? Is this PlayStation and Switch the golden goose? That's where a lot of the outrage came from. Like, a lot of the Xbox guys are like, dude, what do you like? What do you plan on achieving by putting Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves? Like, are you thinking like all your money is gonna come back to you? Like all that money missed out? Sea of Thieves is it's been around. Everybody who's played it played it. I don't understand it. It gets exclusive content. But Pentiment, like, maybe they're just
number one customer.
Maybe they're test beds. I don't know. But, you know, like, you know, we're talking. And is tomorrow going to be like case by case, starting with this? Because listen, let's go back to some Philness tapes. Oh, we love ourselves some Philness tapes. Here is Philness when they were exploring putting their games on PC and how important the console was to them. Hey, Phil, take us down memory lane. Hit that like button, grinders.
But I want to start with sort of the hot topic. I know you've sort of taken to Twitter about this a little bit, but what do you want to say to the folks who, in light of the Quantum Break thing,
this is back in 2016.
Quantum Break. There's no reason to buy an Xbox One anymore if all this stuff's coming to PC. My argument was, do you even care? As long as people are playing in the Microsoft ecosystem.
Yeah, I heard
matter.
you guys say that. We absolutely care. Like when somebody makes an investment in Xbox One and they make that center of their console gaming experience, we have a commitment to make those people feel great about their investment in their console and continue to feel great about it.
Let's get him. Let's get him on the big screen.
Great about it. And so absolutely I care. I understand when you guys were answering, it was kind of from a financial standpoint, we get your money either way. I think was your term. I would say
2016 Philness.
We actually think there's
Not
kind
all
of a
games
fundamental difference between a gaming experience on a PC and a gaming experience on a television. And there are certain either people or time that you decide, I want to play in front of my television, I want Xbox One to be absolutely the best console gaming experience we can create. And we're committed to that today, and we'll be committed to that for many years.
Now you hear Philness in 2016. The Xbox gamer and the PC gamer are two different gamers. Right? Isn't that what he just said?
Absolutely care. Like when somebody makes an investment in Xbox One and they make that center of their console gaming experience, we have a commitment to make those people feel great about their investment in their console and continue to feel great about it. And so absolutely I care. I understand when you guys were answering, it was kind of from a financial standpoint, we get your money either way. I think was your term. I wouldn't say we get your money. But we actually think there's kind of a fundamental difference between a gaming experience on a PC and a gaming experience on a television. And
wait a second, Phil. Let's talk to you when you were launching the One X. Let's see.
About console is it's your highest value gamer. It's your person who plays the most, they buy the most. But the thing that's also important is that customer is actually your most valuable customer across every device.
Excuse me? So wait, a few years later, you'll be saying that the Xbox customer is important, that PC customer. Meanwhile, here you're saying they're two different people. You see how we've been doing this for a while now?
And there are certain either people or time that you decide, I want to play in front of my television, I want Xbox One to be absolutely the best console gaming experience we can create. And we're committed to that today, and we'll be committed to that for many years.
Oof.
We're also Microsoft. We also look at Windows, obviously, something that's critical to the success of the company. And frankly, as us, the gaming group, we look at Windows and we think we can actually have an impact there on making that a positive impact on Windows Windows 10 as a gaming platform. The argument that people give me that, hey, I'm just going to sell my Xbox One and play all these games on my PC, I get the emotion around that argument. Frankly, from a financial standpoint, absolutely the most cost-effective way to go play these games is to own an Xbox One.
$300 box.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics card alone is probably 2x what the Xbox to run at a similar resolution. But we also know that people love gaming rigs and they've got them set up. So I look at that customer and absolutely I want to bring Xbox Live. We're committed to bringing our biggest franchises, both Xbox and Windows. We've said that. Doesn't mean necessarily that every game ends up on both platforms because there could be some differences in just the play space and how things play. But we look at those windows.
The who, the what, the where? The play space and how those things play? What are you talking? What? And no, he has to check himself and say, we're committed. Politician speak. The who, the what, the where?
Games is to own an Xbox One.
$300 box.
Yeah,
I need to hear that again. I couldn't catch it.
What the Xbox to run at a similar resolution. But we also know that people love gaming rigs and they've got them set up. So I look at that customer and absolutely I want to bring Xbox Live. We're committed to bringing our biggest franchises, both Xbox and Windows. We've said that. Doesn't mean necessarily that every game ends up on both platforms because there could be some differences in just the play space and how things play. But
So was you talking about Gears Tactics being PC exclusive and Flight Simulator being a PC exclusive for a whole year? Mm-hmm.
We look at those Windows ecosystem, what it's going to mean for our console customers, more games to play. We're already seeing that. We're seeing more developers focusing on Xbox as the...
What was that, Phil? We're seeing that in 2016.
To run at a similar resolution. But we also know that people love gaming rigs and they've got them set up. So I look at that customer, we're committed, our console customers, more games to play. We're already seeing that. We're seeing more developers.
Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
He said 2016, we're seeing more games.
Developers focusing on Xbox as the ecosystem gets bigger. So more people that they can sell their games to and play means more people playing, more games under development. I think those are really strong things for the Xbox One community.
Are you surprised that
What's crazy, Grinders, is this is in 2016 before they bought all the studios, before they bought 2 whole-ass publishers. He said it was fine. He's like, we got more games, more people, more everything. It's all good here. What happened? What happened? Why are we on the cusp of the Xbox business update tomorrow if it was all good in 2016?
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first-party output.
Oh my. That was 2019, just 3 years after this interview. What do you mean? It wasn't all rosy? How did we get to here?
A sort of uproar with the Quantum Break stuff last week.
No, I expect it's kind of too much of a word, but I mean, you know this. I'm online most nights.
He's a gamer.
On my Xbox. People jump on and they'll talk to me about, yeah, you better keep this exclusive. You better keep that exclusive. Keep only on Xbox. Like, and I understand the passion around it. But what I want to, and I've said it to you. I've said it to other people in the industry, and in the press. I'm really focused on what people can play, not focused on what people can't play. I don't really think about that as a great way of growing our industry. I want to make sure that when people choose to play on our platforms, they have the broadest set of games to go play.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. How he's focused. He don't believe. Oh, what was that, Phil?
I've said to other people in the industry, and in the press, I'm really focused on what people can play, not focused on what people can't play.
Wow. I wonder what he said when he walked in there and said, Starfield, no PlayStation 5 version. Redfall, that trash stays with us. We don't put that trash somewhere else. I think it's kind of interesting to buy whole ass publishers and then make it people can't play. Interesting. Now there's a change of heart. I guess tomorrow.
I don't really think about that as a great way of growing our industry.
No, not growing industry.
I want to make sure that when people choose to play on our platforms, they have the broadest set of games to go play.
When people choose our platform, well, we found out they're not choosing them.
I've said that in terms of like deals that we'll do for content. I'm not a big fan of 30-day exclusive windows. I find that stuff kind of divisive in how our industry should be growing. And obviously we're going to create first-party games. We create first-party games to prove our ecosystem, prove our platform and service. But so, I don't know, expected is too high of a word, but I know there's a lot of passion around Xbox. I think the fundamental concern that people have is, are we losing focus on the console? Is Microsoft somehow going to back away from our console focus and just have us only focus on Windows? And absolutely not true.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay. Holy Spirit.
Hit that like button, you sons of bitch grinders.
Activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Did I just hear those words coming out of Philness? Did you hear these words on the eve of the Valentine's Day Massacre Xbox business update? Did you hear the words coming out of the Philness's mouth? Did you hear it? I got it on replay. Grinders, hit that friggin' like button. The Gaming Grindhouse is lit. I told you, and we're not done. Listen to the Philness on the eve.
But so I don't know. Expected is too high of a word, but I know there's a lot of passion around Xbox. I think the fundamental concern that people have is, are we losing focus on the console? Is Microsoft somehow going to back away from our console focus and just have us only focus on Windows? And absolutely not true. We are more committed to our console and the future of that console than we've ever been.
How do you feel now in
Sign me please, I will bend over and touch. My knees tell me it's better when we all play the make exclusive games and lie. To my face, thank you, Phil.
Never failed. We have lost focus here today. Xbox equals screens. Matty Beast. Thank you, Phil. Oh.
Focus on Windows.
The fundamental concern that we will stop talking, we will stop the focus on the console. And this is where I say, Sony, check yourself. Because don't be like this. This is like a commercial for Sony. It's like, listen, don't lose focus on the thing that got you here. All right? Remember the people that got you here. Don't lose focus. You want to go poking around to the neighbors, but you better don't lose focus on what's important. There you go. The fundamental Phil, please enlighten us. Hit that freaking like button.
On the console. Is Microsoft somehow going to back away from our console focus and just have us only focus on Windows? And absolutely not true. We are more committed to our console and the future of that console than we've ever been.
How do you feel now in hindsight, with enough time passed, about the Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider exclusive deal, about the timing of it, how it was received, how it worked out on the business side?
Yeah, the business side, I won't, because it's a partnership thing, I won't talk too much about, other than to say I feel great, right? I love that a great game was able to come to market.
You would do that deal again?
There's always unique circumstance around teams coming and things that we can add and value that we can add, or even funding and publishing that we can add in that scenario. So every situation is unique. I learned definitely something about how we announced that game at that Gamescom. I thought we should have been more clear in what that game, how that game was going to come, whether it was exclusive or exclusive on console, and what the time meant. We should have. I took that feedback, and I think about it a lot as we.
Oh wait, he learned.
I love that the game sold really well on Xbox. I know there's.
Wait, Phil, what did you just say? You learned about exclusives and being very clear about what's exclusive. Let me hear.
Whether it was exclusive or exclusive on console, and what the time meant. We should have. I took that feedback, and I think about it a lot as we look at future announcements. I love that.
He opened up his eyes, ladies and gentlemen. He's really lying when he makes this face.
What that game, how that game was going to come.
Wait a second, we're going to get him
or exclusive
in
on
4K.
console, and what the time meant. We should have. I took that feedback, and I think about it a lot as.
There it was. We got him. He took that feedback back. A new face for the Philness Grindhouse. He took that feedback back away. He should have been very, because remember that whole Tomb Raider thing, he was not clear on how timed exclusive, what it was, and he took that feedback back And now we got you, Phil. Let's hear how clear you are nowadays about console exclusive. Let's hear.
Okay, so maybe still exclusive though.
The game is available on so many different places where people can go play.
That feedback, and I think about it a lot.
Ah, there it is. There we go, grinders.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Oh no! We suck again!
Phil, tell me about those exclusives again, Phil.
Okay, so maybe still exclusive though.
The game is available on so many different places where people can go play. If we're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is this is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists. And that's our goal. That's why we're doing this. That's the root of this partnership that we're building, and the create.
You're my number one customer.
We found our new emoji, grinders. We found it. We found our new emoji. There it is.
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here.
Oh, the Philness never failed.
Sign me please, I will bend over and touch. My knees tell me it's better when we all play the make exclusive games and like to my face, thank you, Phil.
Hey, Phil, tell us about how important that console is again. I need to hear. I want to have you nice side by side right here. We need a little picture. Hey, Sarah, tell us what's going on here. Every screen is an Xbox. Phil, give us that shock face again. What are we doing? Oh my God. SNK Kev with the 411 with the $2. He goes, what's up, Jez? Kim Jong Phil, stop the cap. Philness since 2016. The face of the whole slate. Oh, man.
Games, I don't know where they are, but I can sign your back right above your crack. Do you have a pen? It's Philness. I'm waiting on what's bitch.
The exclusives are leaving Xboxes. In-place crosswords booty now has. Chapter SS running on the studios. Just to give the PlayStation.
Satya, it's time to go third party. Tell us more about it, Phil.
As we look at future announcements, I love that the game sold really well on Xbox. I know there's been some concern out there. Did it die on Xbox? It did really well on Xbox. I saw some of the early sneak peeks into how it did on Windows all up, both on Steam, on Xbox One. Seems like it's doing really well there. At the end, I'm a big fan of Crystal Dynamics. I'm a big fan of Tomb Raider. The fact that the next iteration of the franchise got built and millions of people are playing it is a good thing for gaming.
You've talked the business side.
We can add and value that we can add, or even funding and publishing that we can add in that scenario. So every situation is unique. You know, I learned definitely something about how we announced that game at that Gamescom. I thought we should have been more clear in what that game, how that game was going to come, whether it was exclusive or exclusive on console, and what the time meant. We should have. I took that feedback.
It's too fun. It's like a circus. It's a mime. Too much fun here. Oh man! Somebody get me to stop! Holy shit! Somebody stop the minute.
You just made the list.
Wait, I got it. Somebody does it right now.
Stop! Enough!
Leave him alone!
Stop! 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 Enough! Stop!
You just
Enough!
made the list.
That's how you know he's lying through his ass. Yeah, we committed to console. Hey, Jack, you're committed. Oh,
You just made the list.
That's all right, Robin. Thank you for the 5 Gaming Grindhouse VIPs. Use those emojis. Welcome. Compost Smurf. Bit Rate. Maddie Beast got one. Don John Sean.
You just made the list.
Welcome. That's all right. I'll fix those notifications. Stop. Oh, man. But you heard it here. The Philness, man.
You just made the list.
He told you. He cares about the console. That's it. It's the most important thing.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
Nah, I don't know. All right, Phil.
As we look at future announcements.
Future announcements.
Out
Wait.
myself from being in the industry for a second.
Oh, wait. He had
Xbox
more
isn't
stuff.
as
They
fun.
still grilled them
Seems
some
like
more.
it's doing really well there. And from a tone overall, it's very approachable to many people, and I love that. And I think there's a strength because I feel really good about our kind of core games that we have. I love that we're doing Halo Wars this year because I still think strategy on console is an underserved category. I love the first Halo Wars. I love the team that we're working with this time around. Creative Assembly is a great team.
They closed them
So that's
down.
an area. From the third-party side, you know, I get asked a lot about JRPGs.
Wait,
and
did he talk
Tomb
about Sea of
Raider,
Thieves?
The fact that M games, a lot of core games. I think when I see things like Ori come out, they always light me up because I find
Ori
on your 2-year anniversary, right?
Just passed it.
Just passed it.
Just
okay.
passed it a couple weeks ago or
Awesome.
something, or like right.
Well, happy
No.
anniversary.
Well, thank you.
But
2 years, he's
you've
still
accomplished a lot.
learning.
You know, you talked to me
20.
at E3 last year about backwards
You're
compatibility.
right. We're coming
was a
up
big
on
thing,
it. You're right. Yeah, that's right.
For you, and you got that done. That is in progress. That is continuing to evolve, and more games. What's your big overarching plan for 2016, 2017? Now, what are some of your big goals for the platform?
Yeah, and we talked about it here at this event at the beginning when we talked about where we're going and trying to bring our platforms together to allow gamers to have access to more games, allow developers and studios to be able to build games for more people.
You're my number one
and
customer.
make it easy for people to decide where they want to go play their content. I also talked a little bit about hardware generations and the fact that, to me as a console gamer, if you take out myself from being in the industry for a second, you know, going and finding my old Dreamcast in a box and thinking about getting it out and plugging it all in to go play the games, there's this dynamic that happens in console generations. At the end of every console generation, you kind of box up the old one, you bring in the new one, and it's a complete refresh. And there's some coolness in that refresh. But from content and those great games being accessible all the time, you know, we did backward compatibility, which certain people will say was just a selling feature for Xbox One. It was actually more core to our principles than that, of we actually want your content to be able to stay with you. And I love the idea of both backward and forward compatibility when you think about future innovations that can happen in the hardware space. And frankly, us decoupling to some extent how a game runs on a platform and the hardware itself allows for that hardware to continue to move in a generation, which is cool, and that's the games to stay with you longer. And we're very motivated by that inside of Xbox right now.
So we should expect
What's amazing is that with backwards compatibility, and I'll get to Cosmic Hero Super Chat. Yeah, True Virgil. It's amazing how many what Xbox did to him. What's interesting is that he said with backwards compatibility about the libraries, like they brought over now with backwards compatibility, they grew people's digital libraries with the 360 and used backwards compatibility as a ways for people to increase their library and that to stay with Xbox and then continue that into this generation. So that completely negates or completely counters what he said here, where he said,
just focused more on great games on our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
But they were the ones that had backwards compatibility. So the digital library of games on Xbox One was larger if you brought in the backwards compatibility aspect that Sony didn't have. Sony didn't embrace backwards compatibility in the PS3 generation. They tried to bring some games back to the PS4, but Microsoft let you, the games that you owned on the 360 came with you. So they had a digital library with Xbox, but you still lost, and you're losing even worse now. As the problem is that you relied on old games. You never made something new. Like, it's time to try something new. You didn't try things new. You rested on your laurels. You rested on nostalgia. And then you try to buy your way into the current state of gaming, which that's taking a while. And that's why, just to flip this back just a little bit on Sony's thing, if Sony wants to put games on other devices from the past as they make new games for their platform, that's fine. What Microsoft fell into was that they rested on their old games and their legacy or whatever they had and didn't make something new. And everything that came out new was tarnished. It was less than, delayed, didn't come out. And then they got themselves in a pickle where they had, hey, remember Gears 1? It's like, no, I don't want to play Gears 1 again. The problem is that you never made anything bigger and better to make me part of this generation. And that's where they fell within thing. Those studios they bought in 2018, they used them as leverage, but the games they came out never came out. They came out with like Bleeding Edge. That was about it. They really didn't come out with new stuff. And that's why I always thought with the backwards compatibility was that the backwards compatibility was going to entice them to make sequels or evolutions of those games that we played. Never did. All it did was just gave us the old games to play and never evolved from there. That's why they fell into the position they had. They had that digital library, the carryover. They embraced it. They started it. But they never came out with new stuff. People played the old stuff. Thank you. I love it. I'll do backwards compatibility. But where's the new stuff? And that's where they faltered. So if Sony focuses on bringing new stuff, new IPs, new things, and starts messing around with our old stuff, that's all right. But you don't get into the conundrum here where you don't make anything new and just rest on the old stuff. And there was a different vision back then. You could tell.
Because you've publicly said there will be another Xbox box at some point down the road.
Right.
It sounds like it is a priority for you to, the library now will move with you.
That's our goal, right? Our goal is that your games that you buy on Xbox, we want to make a commitment to you that you'll get to continue to play them. I look at what happens on Windows today, and the kind of length of the lifespan of a Win32 game is pretty incredible when you think about it. And consoles just never had that capability. Now, there's downsides to that in terms of complexity and other things. And the reason I want to stay committed, and we will stay committed to building a console, because a console to me is that 10-foot appliance-like experience curated to some extent that I have on my plug and play, right? And that's important. And that's not the same thing. A PC is a general purpose device that while I'm sitting there and I might be playing Tomb Raider, I can alt tab over to Chrome and browse the web, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a different, I don't want to turn consoles into PCs because I do think they're fundamentally different. But I do look at.
Find this.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
This just keeps
Holy
giving.
Spirit, activate.
This video just keeps giving.
Activate.
This video just keeps giving. Phil.
About console is it's your highest value gamer. It's your person who plays the most, they buy the most. But the thing that's also important is that customer is actually your most valuable customer across every device.
This is incredible. Incredible. Cosmic Hero with the 270 with the 5. He goes, this circus music reminds me of Tom and Jerry, and I can picture Satya chasing Phil with a hammer. Dude, it's like the it's like the friggin' what's his name? Benny Hill. More Philness. Keeps giving. They're two different people, Phil said.
And other things, and the reason I want to stay committed, and we will stay committed to building a console, because a console to me is that
10-foot
appliance-like experience curated to some extent that I have on my plug and play, right? And that's important. That's not the same thing. A PC is a general purpose device that while I'm sitting there and I might be playing Tomb Raider, I can alt tab over to Chrome and browse the web, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a different. I don't want to turn consoles into PCs because I do think they're fundamentally different. But I do look at the fact that I can still go back and boot my old Windows games, PC games, is something that's a real strength of that platform, and I don't think consoles should miss out on that.
You've said that you're already planning for E3. I mean, every year. It's crazy how far in advance E3 gets.
Oh, whoa. He said playing for E3. Yeah, but that's not here anymore, but we got a song for you. Here it is. Phil, hit it.
Wait, just wait till E3. There will be a showcase, but I can't say when all our games need help. Bootleg Studios helping with perfect art.
I don't want to turn consoles into PC. Sarah Bond, every screen's an Xbox. Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh,
Holy Spirit,
what are we in
activate.
for tomorrow?
Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Just stop talking. The where, the who, the blah. There we go. We don't want to turn consoles into PC. Sarah Bond had at her internal meeting, sources say that she told everybody the new motto moving forward and probably going to be shared tomorrow is every screen is an Xbox. Phil confirmed that they will be committed. No, he didn't put committed in there. Future hardware from Xbox, and added that it'll be safe to assume another Call of Duty was coming this fall. He addressed the company's recent job cuts and said that it's a hard decision to stop things that weren't working. Oh, man, just like Mixer. This isn't the first time Xbox shared multi-device strategy. In 22, Jason Rollin, who apparently, rumor has it that Jason Rollin, the guy with the long beard, is not working on the new Xbox. Instead, the Surface team is.
Our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. Like 90% of the people.
Yeah, that's Surface team. But apparently, they said during this town hall, every screen's an Xbox. So, after that Philness interview, you hear about how console's still important. Let's get into what tomorrow's going to be. Not the Surface. That's what they said, the Surface team. That's what the rumor has it. But Jason Ronald, dude, that guy, hey, he was the architect of the builder of the Series X. So, the Series consoles. Listen. Let's get back to the... So, apparently, tomorrow, I'm going to be live streaming it. I'm going to try to get on the live stream. So, keep it locked here, Grinders. But let's do some predictions. Xbox is every screen. So, they're thinking, and I said this on a shout out to Thrash, I was on his show. I said it last night too on shout out to Puerto Rock on his show. I feel what they're going to do is evolve Xbox to the app, and the way they make every screen at Xbox is they basically do like a big picture screen mode for the Xbox app and PC. So basically, whatever's left of the identity of a console will be basically they'll turn your PC into an Xbox. So anything running Windows, anything running cloud, because you even see it today. Samsung TV, that interface looks exactly like an Xbox interface. They already kind of have it there. So I would be surprised that they just don't add a big screen picture mode to the Windows Xbox app that we have here. This thing here. Where is it? This Xbox app, and just say, hey, because they already add. Look at this. They keep trying to give me free Game Pass. Stop it. I don't want free Game Pass. They give me the free Game Pass. Phil can't get enough of me. He keeps throwing Game Pass at me. So taking this app, this Xbox app here, right? They keep throwing Game Pass at me. I get it with every freaking computer, Samsung tablets, and all this other stuff. And making like a big picture mode. And therefore, now this dash will be basically your Xbox dashboard. And Blaze woke up yet. I don't know. He did wake up near the end. And therefore, creating kind of like a storefront-esque thing and not, so they could put, like, see how they have the store, Microsoft Store? Kind of using this app as the Xbox. They've already did it. Dude, they're still giving it away. I just booted it up. It said you get more free Game Pass. Dude, I'm like, they give me another 3 months. And what's even weird is like these EA games, like this thing here, you got to go get your EA account and link it to this. It's such a friggin' fiasco. It's ridiculous. But I'm telling you, like, they'll take this app and maybe add a big picture screen mode. And now everything that's running this, they already made this app for small screens, for like an Asus Ally. I think they evolve this app tomorrow, and that's their vision of Xbox's every screen. They kind of unify all the Xbox apps as the dashboard that you see on an Xbox, because that's all that's left of an Xbox, right? That's all that's left. Like, what is the specialty of the Xbox? Is it the controller? You could use a controller everywhere. Is it quick resume? Has anybody talk about quick resume? Like, what is the main thing where's the identity for Xbox? There is none. The only thing could be the dashboard. Well, the dashboard, we'll just put that on PC. And now every screen's an Xbox. So that unified interface will be on PC. So now when you boot up this app, you basically click on a button and it'll give you that Xbox interface. And for them, that's easy. All they got to do is just move things around and just make this like an Xbox. Therefore, what they can do is start pushing people to say, well, you could experience Xbox any screen. And they could stop pulling back on the console development. And they could make a little dongle and pull back because they don't want to do the console anymore. They're not committed to that console. And they'll make a more simplistic device. And what I feel, my speculation, is that dashboard is a mess. It's not even that great, Jeff. I know. But that's all that's left for the Xbox, right? That's all that's left for the identity of Xbox. It's the dashboard. And if they put that dashboard on every device that there's an Xbox app, they could easily, what they can do is now they get the OEMs. They get like Asus. They get Acer. They get HP. They get MSI. They go make the more powerful, quote, Xbox hardware. And Microsoft, they don't need to focus on making the most powerful Xbox anymore. Because now that Xbox is on every screen, now all of a sudden, Asus, Acer, MSI, Alienware, HP, all of them now become Xbox console manufacturers. Because now Xbox is everywhere. And now they eat the cost of the hardware, the most powerful machine, and Microsoft doesn't have to build with all this research and development a loss box that it loses when it sells. They don't need to invest in it. Instead, what Microsoft could focus on on the service end is making a dongle, a weaker device, a cloud-powered device, a device that's maybe a tablet, something smaller, maybe to push their mobile market. So Microsoft could focus on that. They don't have to focus on being the most powerful machine because they got all the PC manufacturers working on power because that's what they do. And they're doing it by default because they're just making Windows computers that are technically, quote, Xboxes. So that's my prediction at the Gaming Grindhouse of what they're going to do. They're going to take this app and turn it into an Xbox so that they basically turn exactly what Phil said they weren't going to do in 2016, do exactly what they're going to do and turn everything into an Xbox. And that's the way that they could pull out of the console market in the sense that they don't have to focus on bringing the most cutting edge console technology, and they could pull back and focus more on the cloud hybrid focus. And now Asus, you go make it. And they just did this. They did this with HoloLens, and they did this with all the VR. They made HP, Asus, Samsung. They let them eat the cost of making virtual reality hardware for Windows. Microsoft just put the app on Windows. And now with Windows 12, that whole VR mixed reality market is done because Microsoft said we're done with it. But Microsoft only lost HoloLens. They made a boutique device. All the manufacturing costs of this, that's where it is. Samsung, yeah, you made a VR headset. Yeah, well, thanks. Samsung's the one who ate the cost of the hardware. Microsoft just provided the software. So it's a loss for Samsung, not a loss for Microsoft. They decide that they don't want to do it. That's what they want to do. They're going to make the PC makers eat the cost of hardware development because they're just going to supply the Xbox app. And they did the same strategy with the VR. Microsoft didn't make a VR. There was no Xbox VR. No, we're not doing it. I think it's a good opportunity for HP and Samsung. Let them make all the VR headsets. And then we'll tell them 4 years later, we're not doing it anymore. And now, we don't have to eat the cost of all that hardware and development because we didn't make the hardware. We just made the software. And that's how Microsoft is able to take risks, do what they do, and not deal with research and development and hardware manufacturing, which they're not good at, and consumer products. And that's the Grindhouse. Grindadamus prediction. That's what I think the ultimate message is going to be. How it's delivered? Dude, it's going to be delivered as this was their plan all along. We told you. We want to be everywhere. Everything's an Xbox now, but we're still committed to the hardware. And maybe they do come out with a revision of the Series X and come out with a powerful machine. But you know that that's not going to get the support. And like I said yesterday, the mentality, you could keep putting out hardware. We have articles of when Microsoft pulled out of the Nokia, they still released hardware. Let's see, Windows. They still released a couple of hardware devices, even though they said we're no longer doing Windows. We'll support Windows Phone for the next 3 years with updates, but here's a bunch of headsets. And they came out with some phones, even though they were financially done with Windows Phone. I think, what was that? After? Well, now it's telling me like after Windows Phone done. But again, Microsoft bought Nokia to eat the cost of making a phone. They pulled out of Nokia, exactly, BV. They said, we bought you, you're going to use Nokia, you're only going to work on Windows Phone. And what they tried to do in Nokia is that they turned Nokia to say, well, Nokia, you could start putting Android. You could use Android now. And that's the way they kind of salvaged Nokia. They're like, hey, Nokia, you don't have to use Windows Phone. We bought you, you got to use our operating system. But then what happened was near the end, when Microsoft said, were done with Windows Phone, they made Nokia focus. They said that you could start making Android phones. And then the last few Nokia hardware devices had Android on it. But that's exactly what they did. They made Nokia eat the cost of the hardware. Microsoft didn't do research and development to make your own iPhone. They didn't make a Google Pixel. They made Nokia take the loss on the hardware. The band. They tried some software like Surface and stuff, and even Surface. Like, they stopped doing weekly updates. That's what they do. We'll make the software, you make the hardware. That's how Windows runs. You make the hardware, we do the software. We'll provide the updates. And that's where I think they're taking Xbox tomorrow. They're going to make Xbox be transcend off of the platform of the console so that Xbox is everywhere, and then Microsoft now could focus on what they want to focus on and not making the biggest, best hardware, but instead focusing on this hybrid cloud type of model of a console. They may come out with more consoles, and they may even talk about that stuff and say that they're still in the hardware. But we know damn well that the console is no longer the console. Financially, mentally, game-wise, Microsoft don't care about the console. And, you know, if Sony goes that route, they will be seeing the same fate as well. But for right now, we knew that Microsoft didn't count. Like, that's what I think. And I think tomorrow is going to be more of that. And I think they're going to say, and with this vision, we want to put our games on more devices, starting with Pentiment and Sea of Thieves will be coming to PlayStation because we believe in more people to play our games. Panos Panay left that reason. Yeah. Panos Panay was the ultimate Surface salesman. He left. And now they're going to say, as part of the vision, everybody's everywhere on every screen. We're going to start putting our games. And that's it. They're just going to announce a couple of games. They're going to say, our vision moving forward, you might see more Microsoft games going to other platforms. And that's it. They're not going to say anything about day and date tomorrow. I don't think they're going to say that stuff. I think they're just going to leave it as vague as possible and just say the new direction is Xbox is on every screen. And to see this vision, more people should play our games. And like what we're doing with Call of Duty and Activision, we will also be bringing some of our we'll be bringing our games, leading with these two on PlayStation and Nintendo. And I think that's how they leave it as. And they leave it open to interpretation. Is it big games? Is it Halo? Is it Gears? I don't think they talk about that tomorrow. I just think that that's what they do. I think they just kind of lay it out there, lead with those games, talk about the vision, and now they know now moving forward, every game that ever they announce is going to be asked, is it going multi-platform? The other thing I think they're going to do to salvage the blow, and nobody said this either, another prediction is I think they're going to announce some Activision games coming to Game Pass. I think in order to kind of like give a little, is that they're going to announce maybe some Call of Duties, maybe a Crash Bandicoot game coming to Game Pass, and start seeing the Activision games coming to Game Pass. And I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to have a drastic console clearance or anything like that. I think they're going to keep it where it is. But I do think that to soften the blow of this whole multi-platform strategy, they may announce some Activision games coming to Game Pass. Maybe a stealth drop tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Call of Duty 2 shows up in Game Pass. But I think we all could agree, whatever Microsoft does tomorrow, whatever they say, whatever their pivot is, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to make Xbox come back. It's not going to sell the console. It's not going to bring Xbox to the glory days. It's going to be status quo or even give you less of a reason to own an Xbox. And I think that's the fact of the whole situation. No matter what is said tomorrow at this business update, I don't think anything changes. The same people are going to stand by it. This is just another pivot. More excuses of how they're going to be the biggest multi-platform publisher or whatever. We'll change the goalposts again. And that's another good point. Cosmic Hero. They've made so much damage in the fact that they let this linger on till tomorrow, that whatever goodwill or good hope or trust that Phil wanted to gain when he said last year, sitting next to Booty in E3 or whatever the hell that show was, that they wanted to gain the trust of the gamer back and what they lost, they let it all dissolve. Transparent Phil was gone. He said, wait till next week, bitches. I'm playing Diablo. That's what he said. I'm playing Diablo. Good luck. And who knows? And I could be completely wrong. But I think the damage has been done. They let this thing run wild. They let confidence blow. They let people... And know what's crazy is that they let people expose themselves. They let people talk about how they really feel when people thought that this was the end of the console. And people were not happy. And all the stuff that they believed in and capped for and believed that Xbox was going to see the way, they let those people, whatever support and followers they have, they let them see what their true opinions were. And a lot of the followers and stuff didn't like it. That's why I said, when you go out there, you should have justification and feel what you believe in. Like, don't be a fake person. Because if you fake, once you lie, once you're exposed, you're done. You know? Speak about what you really feel about. And some people are going to like it, some people won't. Some people tell you to be quiet, some people say you're wrong. And you know what? You may be wrong. And what I do find, too, with this whole fiasco is that it's amazing how people care more about pride in their leaks, who leaked what, whose source is right, who was told what, and showing what a cesspool of bullshit the media is. And can't be tried. Like, whose source told me this, and they told me this, what I'm hearing this. Oh, shit face. Oh, this. Google Gaga faces all over the place. Like, it just showed, like, oh, what are you told? What did your source tell you? Well, one told me this. I have good source. This one told me this one. What did you?
On their little Google Gaga.
Yeah, he told me about that. Like, it just showed what a fiasco and bullshit, especially the Microsoft media camp is. The media, the Windows Centrals, the Virgin, all of them, all over the place. Everyone just running with rumors, making their own shit up. Influencers changing their minds. Diehard fans yelling at each other because they don't like it. What a fiasco. They let it all just go ballistic. While Phil played Diablo and said, wait till February 15th for the business update. No game update, the business update. And they exposed and just showed the true colors. And I loved it. Because I saw there and I sat there and I watched, and you saw all the videos. I watched it going, look, guys, I know you didn't like this shit. I've been saying this on here. I know you don't like it. I know. But you never say that. But now you say you don't like it? Because as a fan, this wasn't good. Because every move they made, that's right, sources of your two eyeballs. And that's what I always say. Sources are your two eyeballs. But that's what I think. So it's going to be interesting what tomorrow is. But you know what? We have about 300 people in here. Hit that like button. I'm going to give you a little preview of what tomorrow is going to be. So get ready for a brand new segment of what the Xbox official podcast will be. Predictions are over. Let's get an inside look at what is going to happen tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Xbox podcast preview.
Hey everybody, this is Philness, and I'm here to talk about the Xbox podcast and the news of the Xbox business. I like to welcome Sarah Bond. I don't know why it's funny. Like, say what's really funny. Mr. Matt Booty is here in the podcast tonight. I know. It cracks me up all the time. But yeah, we're here today to talk about the Xbox business. And where do we go from here? Thanks. It's been something that really we've been having people sit on for about a week. The influencers been going crazy. Tappers have been going wild. And we let it happen. We don't care. We don't care. We don't. We really don't. Let it all burn. You know, I don't care. But we decided to let them burn and let them wait. And really show their true emotions about the Xbox brand. I knew it. So, we come here with the business update. I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day. I hope you did. I did too. I know. There's such a joke out of it today. But we're here to talk about what's going on with Xbox. And without further ado, I'd rather have... that's right, there he is. Mr. Matt Booty. Go over here. Hey, Matt. So, I know. It's kind of hilarious. But anyway, we see Xbox as every screen. No, I'm serious. Not a joke. Not a joke. Xbox is every screen now. I know I told you Xbox is PC. Xbox is every screen. Thank you. I know. People act like they're in shock. Xbox was PC. Xbox was a phone. It could be anything. But now, Xbox is every screen. Applause? Anybody? This is a huge revelation. Xbox is everywhere. No. What? Why are you laughing? This is serious. This is business. I'm serious. What's wrong? What? Hello? Okay, thanks. I don't know why you're laughing. What the hell's funny about that? I said Xbox is everywhere. Okay? Xbox everywhere. Thank you. I don't know. What the hell's wrong with you people? This is the Xbox podcast. That's so funny. You know, I thought about coming here on the Xbox podcast that you would take me seriously. And when I said Xbox is on every screen, you applaud. You don't laugh. Stop it. That's right. There you go. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Xbox is every screen. That means we will be putting the games that you don't like, that nobody's playing right now, and we're going to put them on PlayStation and Nintendo. You think it's funny? I'm serious. I'm not joking. These games are going on our competition. Well, they're not our competition, but they were our competition. Even though we're on the same store shelf as them, we're still putting their games there. And I don't know why you think it's funny, but I know it makes no goddamn sense. But anyway, Satya told me to do this. I know you love that stuttering son of a bitch. I know you love Satya. I know it. That stuttering son of a bitch. He put me here and told me, Phil, it's about business. And business needs to be done. I didn't think it's funny. All right. You're Satya fans. Okay. You're Satya fans. All right. Yeah. Okay. He told me to do this. I believe in consoles. I want Xbox to succeed. but Satya told me that I gotta put the games everywhere. $80 billion. $80 billion I spent of his money. Shit. That's a lot of money. It's not funny. Not funny. That's a lot of money. But because I spent that amount of money, thank you. I know. I saw the deal with Activision. I know it was a good deal. Booty, Bobby, grab it is. I saw an opportunity, but I spent a lot of money. So now we're gonna start with the games coming to PlayStation and the Switch here at the Xbox Official Podcast. All right, yes, I know. Fast game coming to the Nintendo Switch. Yep, we got some Nintendo fans. I know. All right, first game coming to the Nintendo Switch. Hi, Rush. Anybody? All right. I know nobody cares. Okay. The next game coming to PlayStation and Nintendo. Pentiment. We got Pentiment fans. Finally, the next game, Sea of Friggin' Thieves. Oh, damn. You think that's funny? I know nobody's playing it. But Sea of Thieves is going to PlayStation. Games everywhere. Thank you. That's better. Now, I know I'm going to be asked what other games are going to PlayStation and Nintendo. And it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. Okay? So I'm not going to reveal. Stop it. No, you laughing at. So, it's going to be a case-by-case. It's not going to be Halo. Not yet. It's not going to be Halo yet. Not Halo. I know. Not yet. But, it's not going to be Gears. I know. Kate Story was a laugh. I know. But I can't say anything right now. All I can say, ladies and gentlemen, is that Xbox, we believe here that Xbox still has value. Thank you. All right, there's my enforcers. That's right, I see you. But, we gotta put our games everywhere. And let me tell you this. I want to make... I know, I'm a joke. But let me tell you this. Here at Xbox. Oh, man. I know, it's a joke. I'm gonna let you laugh at. But we believe that this is a great position for us to sell more games to more people. Why are you laughing? This is not a joke. Why are you laughing? Yes. Go on. Listen, I'm winning the awards, bitch. That's right. You shut up. I'm winning the awards. So I know what's right for Xbox. So shut up and stop laughing at me. I'm winning awards, bitch. I got friggin'... Excuse me? I'm winning awards. I won... What was it? I won so many awards, I don't even freaking know what awards I won. That's right, you chant for me. You say my name. Don't laugh. There he is. Yes. Yes. Look at me. Look at me. Yes. Yes. Say my name. Yes. That's right. Know your role and shut your mouth. I'm winning awards, bitch. Okay. So, I want to conclude this meeting. This official business meeting is going to conclude with our vision of turning Xbox app into the dashboard. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And we're going to put our games on PlayStation and Nintendo, starting again. Sea of Thieves. I'll try again. Sea of Thieves. There we go. Come on. I'm gonna thaw your ass. Let's go. All right. Next game. Out there. What's that? You people everybody. Pentiment. All right. Nobody cares about Pentiment. And then we're going to put High Five Rush. High Five Rush, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. All right. I can't wait with you, audience. But let me tell you, I'm concluding this. Now you're clapping. You're clapping because I'm done. You're clapping because I'm done? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Booty, get your ass out of here. Sarah Bond, see you later. Xbox will live on in some sort of fashion. I could care less. Just hit my music. I'm getting the hell out of here. Thank you very much, everybody. We out. We out.
Let me see that booty drop.
And we are done, grinders.
Booty drop.
And that's going to be the show, everybody. So I want to thank everybody for coming to the Gaming Grindhouse. And that is a sneak peek of what the Xbox official podcast will be tomorrow. That's a tough crowd. And we will see how it goes tomorrow. So grinders, definitely hit that like button, share it out. Hope you like what you heard here. And subscribe if you're new. And the Gaming Grindhouse, I didn't have the guest, Frog. I don't know what Frog, I can go find him. But he's probably playing Helldivers too. I'm going to go get him now. I'm going to drop a hell drop on him. But anyway, have a great Valentine's Day. We will see tomorrow. And I'm probably going to be here at 3 o'clock. We'll do a little show and getting ready to watch this live and see what happens. You know, will it be that? Will it not be that? I don't know. But we will find out. And I got to get that Game Pass song again because I don't have it anymore. I got to find it, Matty Beast. But we will get that Game Pass song. Definitely have it ready to go. But grind this. Lord Jez Kazuhiro. Oh, goodness gracious. But I want to thank everybody for coming through and enjoy your evening. Enjoy what's left of Valentine's Day, have hours. And everybody, the final fill. That's right. It's the final form. But grinders, hit that like button, share it out, and we are Ghost. Thank you very much, everybody. Hit me with the music. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see. He will be there.
rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house.
Stop.
Levitating
Enough.
now, super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now.
Stop.
The time in, when you
Enough.
always yelling time out. If I quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in it. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold.
Stop.
They saying I'm
Enough.
a man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters. Tell me where they at, though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap, though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
going mainstream.
Stop.
Flow like water, so I'm
Stop.
going mainstream.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
I'm going mainstream.
Stop.
Flow like water, so
Stop.
I'm going mainstream.
Stop. Stop.
I'm going
Stop.
mainstream.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Mainstream.
Stop. Stop. Enough.
Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.